I tell them, the plain truth, I'm upset, we don't know, you know. Because when we don't get a campaign, we soon now, no green, you know. I don't know, go and let me, I don't have a family, no, do me nothing. But you know, cut, you know, yeah, you ain't gone the other way, but me say, me nah put that still. Right? What happened yesterday, I don't like it. You know, I'm going to pity them, and me, I want to have family still, but what I do, right? You know, do me nothing, you know, tell nobody to do me nothing, but you know, never deal with me, neither. Saying on the other side, me understand, but at the same time, Ray. But put away family thing and put away that. What they do now yesterday is wicked. I'm going to show them more than wicked. Yeah, man. Because when we go, Miss right now, me I tell you, I miss a certain part of Chile, and I don't go for a long time. I get messages to come back this because I campaign for PNP McNeil. We campaign, we go meet in a certain place, we could even go. See, over there. But when I put that then, see me feel upset still, but when you come for something like this, right? The man say, 3 o'clock, then come knock them door and take away the whole of the youth, them 29 of them. Carry them a station, so when they ask them, say, what will they have for? And then when them start make nice, them say a process, them a process. Man say process. So when them get a call and say, boy, right now, know them a mash down them place, but that they have them down a station, no brother. Imagine that man check your bed 3 o'clock. All right. No legal eviction notice. Now come 3 o'clock. Tell the judge now, tell the 3 o'clock they can take out people in the morning, 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. And 9, 10 o'clock you're supposed to come do that if you get a notice to move your people them, because picking at the house. Then there's something they have to pick in there so you can't come 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So you come take out people out of the bulldozer house. Right? So when they do a be an illegal thing, then go on with your studio, my brother and sister. Be an illegal thing. Be an illegal thing, brother. A woman, a 3 day pity. Oh, boy, sure. I tell you. It's not man easy to break me down, easy to break down, you know. But it's the thing that break me down, brother. 3 day pick me, man.
That is one aspect to and having the males under control. That is a violation of human rights. You cannot do that. The males that were arrested or something like that, I think they put the male under control.
And why then come with when you move 3 o'clock, you man see at 3 o'clock indoor knock. And then take them out, go with them, 29 of them because they know so the youth they will resist. So then take out the resist and play peer pitney. Young baby and old people, old man, them bless
just to say this, Sydney, are you may ask a question, Sydney? Marlon, how does they know where those guys are, which house them in a, which yard for them, that them couldn't just go directly for them and carry them, go lock them up?
Then look here no man. Remember I say information and they said man them what drive with tractor and they said man about the year right now. You don't know say people boy you get money for show you would say John Board live so, Winston live so, Uncle Sidney live so, Vice live so. I saw them do. Well, them know man, them know. Remember I say I write a roadside you know Charmin and up in the hill you know I write a roadside I want plane you know one long this stretch.
You see it, man.
Everybody know everybody you know. Everybody
but Sydney.
Hold on,
Sydney with Charmin for
hold on, my brother, let me say something, because that's an easy question to answer. They don't have to do no investigation. The area itself, there is an act of demolition. There is a particular area. So they would have gone on out household to household, knock on the door, everybody people, and any meal inside, then just come on and seize them. It's simple.
I bet you are Empress there's somewhere a record we live because that's all shit them good for.
Yeah, man. Come on, but let me tell you, my brother. You see, as Meda said, no eviction notice, not that if he evict the people, because it's still in a code. You know where this thing start? And one rich man, from down in that 67 miles so come right up, and they didn't left 21 children, you know, and it land to share up between the children, you know. Come right up, you know, so in between, and then go court to take a land and then fight back. And several times they go court, you know. I know it in a court, brother. How things in a court not done, and you can evict the people them. You know, get no eviction notice from the court. Because they can't show none did they take it out as a Supreme Court. They can't find no eviction notice. They're in a big trouble, you know. Them in a
Eviction
so
is,
hear them a come talk about say a buy land. Nothing no go so.
but eviction
No
is
make nobody
one thing,
fool
you know.
not that the labor right them and say about a buy land and a
But
nothing no
but
go so.
Cindy, the
Yes.
mayor said that the people them did get the offer to buy the land, but every time they move the goalpost.
Yes,
Meaning
none of that
every
me I
time they
told you,
come up
man.
with the money,
Yes.
they raise the price.
But
It's in a court.
in
And the mayor said that, you know.
Yes.
pin up
It's
this.
no lie.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
mayor
pin
said
up,
that this morning for news.
pin up.
Them in a know man, Mr. Right now, the
Anemia
hotel
is a
business.
JLP Mia.
Them in
Let
a
me say
trouble in
something.
a
Yeah,
car.
is it-
Let
Guess
me say
what me I
something,
know?
Sydney. Let me say something,
Yes.
please. Eviction
Yes,
is
sir.
one thing,
Yeah.
you know, but the procedure and how it happened, you cannot move and leave people naked. The government have to aid the people. It
See
is
somebody
your
down in the
right.
comments there ask who give the offer to them to buy the land. I wonder if you can tell them because it look like them now listen.
Let me just finish up. Let me say something.
Them well I know, man. No pay them no mind, Charmin.
When me I say
Them well I
something,
know. Yeah.
I
Go
am
on,
saying,
man.
you know, pin up the procedure. There is protocols. As a government, you have to know how to function. You cannot leave your people naked and leave the people isolated. If such is a case, you have to notify the people and let the people have accessible housing before
But
you go.
Roach and also this a government track record and also them operate. Look what happened over Clifton.
So
And
me just show
this a
you the
government-
standard of procedure. Act of
This a
demolition
government have-
take place, but you have to notify the people and situate it and have proper housing for the people.
But also this a
properly
government
situated.
operate,
You can't
boss.
do that. No, as a citizen, it is wrong. It is injustice. People are Jamaican. Nobody is squatters. Not because you identify a piece of land, Sydney, and you're living on the land, and the land that does not belongs to you. It doesn't mean that you're a squatter. It is the right of the Jamaican government to intervene. We have not heard from the government. The government should have there be responding. Who is
None of them, none of the
advocating against
agency them.
Nobody is
None of the
for
agency them.
for the people.
Yes,
It is
sir.
the duty of the government and the MP for that constituency to protect the people. You can't leave the people naked. The people, things are out there.
attack it, you know.
Their
Four time them attack it
equipment,
and the fourth time
everything is
a
out there.
jail.
There is procedures of how things must be operated. It is wrong. It is injustice. It is inhumane. And civil societies and churches and other organizations need to question the government. It is a fact of insanity.
All right.
I'm
So when
telling you,
somebody keep asking them never hear when Sydney attack or land go. So the person send a request or something like that. So I'm gonna add him so he can hear. He send him request.
Yeah, we know Orion is one of us.
Yeah, he did a ask, so him Sydney can tell him.
Yeah, man. Was a rich man where you know from 67.
Our own boy
And
talk
he
about
died.
it earlier.
Yeah, in the 70 odd, and him left the land. Him 21 children the man have. For share up between them. So he go until he reach up in the 80. Him man read out yesterday, no, can they read out yesterday? I told me they have to put it on the other phone to tell you no. And then they go a court in a saga time and them want to throw them off. And the court go again further and further. Till it come down in a PJ time and then delay it and then delay it and it go right up now to Bruce. Bruce
Who
them
them
make a
want
move.
show off? Hold on, boss.
Yes.
Who them want show off island?
He said people them are labor. Some of them dead and gone, you know, but them are people that said
So the man land, the man son so the man family them want show off island.
yeah, you know man, the people may start go on the land too. Start live on the land.
The man did give the people, I think the man give the people them okay if you live on the land.
We live on the land. You understand? Because that long big old piece of land, you know. And right? And what the all while as what the bridge them a move the goal post from 80 in a Siaga them start moving. Then they come down when they go court, they come down again and more people start coming now. He come down in a Bruce them move it again when they see somebody youth them have them papers and things and moving on them. Then he come down right down again. When he come to PJ now, PJ them not trouble it. He come down to Porsche. A 2-time Porsche stop them from moving, you know. Stop them from doing what them are doing now, you know.
So somebody them buy it eventually.
No, they don't buy
No,
nothing.
man. No, man.
They are courts here.
You know,
Remember, say, at the mayor come out, you know, thing there, the mayor said that the word they use, you know, so them a move the goalpost. Each time the people them come up with that solution with the money, they move the goalpost. And the mayor say it.
Right, them should have get if you buy as first people, them move upon the land first. Them should have been get if you buy them. But two, they want to sell the hotel them now. Them always a move the post to make the people them not get too forget to buy.
So them say,
so let me make it clear. Now then,
right.
Let me get it clear. So national
let me make it clear.
You know.
the Jamaica Defence Force, the government is in charge of the Jamaica Defence Force.
Right.
To be a directive or a command that has been given to the directive.
What's up them coffee fee so?
But the land
Somebody make you want echo in night, me don't know where the echo you come from.
Can I say something and then interruptions are continue, you know? No, we can't talk on somebody. We have to talk in a sequence.
Come after drink your tea and then you come back. Why do that?
And I am saying the JDF is controlled by the government, right? That's the portfolio. There has to be a directive given to the JDF for such instance to occur. Where the police would have done a full intervention, lock up the mills, and allow the people to go ahead and tear down the houses and all of that. So, you know, you can't act like that. No. It is wrong. It is illegal. You can't act like that. No.
We have to make it clear.
Who wants to own the land, whether it's in court, it is the responsibility of the MP. You have an MP which is Tovia Hamilton. Where was her? The people that should have been notified.
Don't fall your point. Let's not show you something. Because the people them have everything on attack. Make everything them blame the opposition side. Look here, a two-time poacher stop them from doing what them do yesterday. 2012, anybody go look up the thing. 2012 and 2014. They were one movie like how they movie yesterday and poacher delay it. And say it can't and even they were even after to buy the land for the what bad this for the people them. And you don't know what happened. Them wait and poacher lose it 2016 and from 2016 and them man take over. All hell break loose. So nobody full of no PNP when buy and Ray and when buy and Porsche and PJ did buy no go some my brethren and sister. No hear me I tell you no, them two lie and wicked. So back to where you say finish your argument.
But that's why Mr. Sydney them fi just listen what the mayor say the mayor argument at the top argument now, you know.
Yeah.
Cause that is tell the news agency. Yeah. So when people are talking about Porsche and so and what the mayor said this morning, me frightened when the mayor come out and say the people them offer 15 million first. They buy the place and they then come up with 3 million the people and get up 3 million, then they move the goalpost here 50 million the value. And that's how all they broke loose.
Look here. Them don't have no receipt to say them buy the land and then don't have no eviction notice. Right now them the problem because them have to go pay the youth them what them do them yesterday. Right? And have to go pay back with the people because they don't have nothing like eviction notice. Right? For sure say yes, the last say you evict you. And you don't have no receipt for sure say yes, you did buy the land. They don't have no papers. So even if they go cook up paper now, people know so you never have none. So you have to just pay, you better settle the people before you go to court. That's all I have to tell you. Because international thing will come in at this place. Now,
all right, Sydney, I go ask everybody, hear the situation now. I go ask them one situation like this, right? All right. When we grew up in the country, in my country era, when I born, because my grandmother would have been 120-year-old now. Right? And from me born a family land. The land owned family land. You see a family owned the land. So for me, so when my mother did live, when me born, and my grandmother did live there, then they moved to my mother, then now we live there. That's about nearly 80, 90 years old. No. So what I'm saying, so that's why we have these platforms to educate people, you know, so when certain things happen. So we were not disturbed, see, our government land will live pan over the years, none at all, over 100 years. Right? No. If it is a prime land, put the scenario say it's a prime land. You go tell me say government can just come in and take the land. So not under the law. Because the law states say once you live on the land 60 years, even if a government land you live undisturbed, you can get possession of the land. So these are the things we want to make people know. And once it can be proven in the area, like in a free area, family, and mostly family living at that, the whole heap of acres of land.
Yeah.
Because come for 4 parents come down. And whenever you hear government yet say, or no government agency say, I feed them land. So if the land become a prime land now, government can just come take away off of the land like that, take off me.
Brother. And them, I mean, government send them because the MP them mix up in it. They know what they do.
Make we hear what brother Colin and say after you finish and can come in.
Right. So no, but me just bring in that in for say most of the cars that the route there at the prime land them are some place in a Portland St. Thomas the government are going to take, where are going to become prime land where people live for over 100 years, generational lands. So we want to educate the people, man, say the government can't just come run on off of the land. So right now, if they never they are disturbed one of it for over 60 years.
And just so that way I say where I live now, I looking at me almost 60-year-old and me ban can see with people them live there so. And me come and me want me one little space can me start get pick me and me build up one little 2-room board house panny. So till right now me have one big concrete house panny. So later on in the even if me not see the land paper and recycling, remember that's some me ban, and that's some me live and me no left go nowhere. And me over age now. So me no know when my mother or my grandfather or whatever have for the land. But me know see them born and me a 50, 30, 40 and build a little place. And then no government just come in now after my parents them and pass off the earth and can tell me now say me live on squatters land where I did so me born. I was born there till me have picked me
but when me I say Charmaine, the law provide that the government can't do that. Adverse possession, you can look it up.
But then do it. Then do it because them go around and do it.
Then we do it because you know the law. Me must say if you're ignorant to certain things, them are go do it, If you're ignorant to certain things, but anybody, if say a man come, my brother them call me and say government come now. Me personally, I go and say listen, that can't happen under adverse possession law. I used to want to tell them that say a court thing I got involved and whatever. And that me I try to tell you. Yeah. So enough people just afraid because them hear about government, them feel shaky and say them can't win the government in a court. People just have this mindset say if a government take you to the court, you can't win them. So them get defeated from early, from day one, them feel defeated. When nothing no go so. The law is there to protect the citizens. The Constitution is there to protect the citizens of Jamaica. That's why this man are bringing this law, NARA bill, if he try to override the Constitution, he can do things without the Constitution prosecute him. Me I tell you.
But Anchor,
that's why you see all this.
I want to say something to you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Adverse position. Oh, you say it, you have to make it clear. If you live on a piece of land, you have to be maintaining the land. You have to be paying some form of taxes on the land if you can go to adverse position. It's not just because you live on the land for 20, 30 years, you can
all right.
Go for
can I answer, you can research it. Me not even talk about the government land. If you have a house, you see, if you have a house in Jamaica, you live in America, you have a house, and somebody living at the house with 12 years, you can just live there. And you're not troubling him. And you not paying no bill. You know, come tell him, come give him notice to come out. You see, after 12 years, him own at the land there. You can look it up. So him not pay no tax. You the America pay your tax for the place. But him will live there. You not give no problem. You not come there, come tell him if he come out and him did it for 12 consecutive years undisturbed by you, the owner of the place. Him.
Brother, I said taxes a while ago. The brethren was said taxes a while ago. So government encourage squatting then, brother. If a squatter land, Only ma accept tax from you and then accept squatter land. You answer me that now? Because you jump up on top about say you have to pay tax. Or you pay tax from capital land.
Listen, no. Capture land is different. Because when you
talk about
hold on, Sydney. Hold on. Yeah? Because if me own piece of land and me a pay tax for the land, but me no live in Jamaica, me just a pay tax for the land. And somebody go build a little structure upon the land. Yeah? And me here say a structure upon the land and don't confront the person and say, am my property this, you know? And thing, I may ask you to leave. And me ignore it.
For 12 years.
For 12 years and thing. And more and more people start come on the land. You're going to have a problem there, brother.
No, hold on, just stick to the one person. When me I say to you, say. No, hold on, when me I say to you, say. No, just stick to the one person. If you are pay the tax, they are overseas and I pay the tax for the land. And you're here. You're here.
To Colin. Yeah, go on, bro.
You're here. So me I say you're here, you know. You say you're here, so somebody build a house on the land. Let me tell you this, so you can research it yourself. If you not do nothing to the land and the person did a 12 year on the land and you not come to him and disturb him undisturbed. So you not come there and say I feel land this. If you go there one time in the 12 year, you know, you're good, you know. And you can prove it, you know. But if you not go there none at all.
Yes. Yes, you can join me, you Blair. Yes, you Blair gonna join us right away. We can't continue like this. We can't continue like this. You Blair, you're here?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Morning.
And good morning to those on the platform, those in the chat, those on the FIO page. Pleasant good morning, all protocol observed.
Good morning, yes.
As it relates to removal from the property, the judgment came from 2010.
Okay.
Right? The Portia Simpson Miller administration appealed the judgment. So it is the appeal which the Portia Simpson Miller led government through the Ministry of Housing kept the case in the court until 2016.
Okay.
When the court dismissed the appeal.
Okay.
Right? Immediately after the judgment, I think the government changed just before the judgment.
Yes.
And the Jamaica Labour Party government did not find another solution.
Okay.
So one government acted, delayed the stay because I think the judgment said in 2010 that the residents should remove whatsoever them have there on the land, and each of them should pay $50,000
yes.
for damages as it relates to their occupying of the land.
Yes.
Government under Portia Simpson Miller was trying to buy a portion of the land and try to take over the land as a part of the Operation Pride's projects.
Okay.
They even went as far as of the citizens open a Provident Society. Right? But because they lost the election and the judgment came immediately after they lost the election,
yes.
no further action was done.
Yes.
I am 100% certain that Portia Simpson Miller won the 2016 general election,
It will be a
we
different
would not
situation.
be where we are today.
Yes.
You understand? Because a solution, and I underscore the word solution, would have been found to remedy the situation.
All right.
So the Andrew Holness-led government has not done anything since 2016 as it
And
relates
who's
to
the member of parliament for the year? Who's the member of parliament for the year?
it's a two-term MP, member of parliament, by the name of Tova Hamilton. She's the member of parliament. She's also the junior minister in the Ministry of Tourism.
Oh, Tova. All right.
Tova, yes. Tova is the minister, is the MP.
Yes.
And it's also the
Tova Hamilton.
yeah, right. And she's also the junior minister in the Ministry of Tourism.
Yes.
So
since the appeal was the Portia Simpson Miller appeal the case, were there any other appeal?
I think the government of Portia Simpson Miller went to court on two separate occasions where this is concerned.
Yes.
First they appealed for a stay of execution.
Yes.
That is to remove the squatters, or for the squatters to remove themselves and to pay 50,000 each to the proposed owner, Mr. Chisholm. They appeal that. They appeal for a stay of execution. And they also appeal.
And the execution to which you refer is demolition and eviction?
I think it's the judgment said that the residents should remove their possession from the land.
Okay.
So you can interpret that as demolition or removal. Because if it is board, it can be removed.
Yes.
But if it is concrete, it can't be removed. It should have to be demolished, and then you would have to pay 50,000 each
for the cost of the
to the owner.
Yes.
To the owner for finding yourself for destruction of the property.
All right. A very important question before you go, you Blair. Very important before you go. How the Administrator General is involved? Because they are cited in the case.
The Administrator General became involved because the gentleman, that Mr. Jobson, he died intestate, meaning he died without a will.
Yes.
His children were minor when he died. Right? So because he died without a will, then the land, his estate would have to be administered by the Administration General.
Okay.
When the Administration General started to administrate, there comes a Mr. Chisholm, who is the principal owner of Falmouth Resort Holdings.
Yes.
Who said that he purchased the property from Mr. Jobson from 1967 at a cost of £29,000.
Yes.
He also produced a receipt.
Yes.
From his lawyer, which is, I think, is Art and Company.
Yes.
To substantiate his claims of purchase of the land.
Yes.
The lawyer for Mr. Jobson's estate could not produce a receipt to say he got paid, yes or no. So the court ruled that because the receipt proved that the gentleman had gotten £29,000 at that time for the land, Falmouth Resort would be in possession of the land from 1967.
Okay.
So you, Blair, let me ask you a question.
Before you ask, okay, one more thing. So the court awarded Mr. Chisholm the land based on possession, substantiated by the receipt from Art and Company of £29,000 paid to a Mr. Jobson.
So let me ask you a question.
That is the genesis of the matter.
One second, excellent. So 1 second, excellent. But in that particular, based on that, how would the Administrator General still involved?
No, because
all right, go ahead, excellent.
initial.
When
Go
you
ahead,
finish,
Uble.
excellent.
Uble,
Hold on, Silverfox. Hold on, Silverfox. 1 second, hold on. Go ahead, excellent.
Go ahead, Uble. Remember in Ingram, when you die intest without a will, right?
I would have known that, excellent. I know that.
All right.
The issue is if the property passed to the company, how would the Administrator General still be involved? That's the question I'm asking.
All right.
The Administrator General, when he looked at the document presented by Falmouth Resort Holdings, by law, they would have been the lawful owner of the land, because they produced a receipt for £29,000, which the receipt came from the lawyer who handled the business.
On behalf of
Mr. Chisholm.
Falmouth
Resort Holdings.
Right.
Hold on. Were there a lawyer on behalf of the seller?
Yes.
Who's the lawyer?
There was I think
some
Mr.
Levy
Campbell
person.
Levy.
Yeah. But I did an extensive research, Mr. Ingram.
Hold on, man. Hold on. 1 second with the extensive research. If the Administrator General came in to say the man died intestate and therefore there was no will and therefore they have to rule, I understand that by intervening to rule, the party who said they owned the land present a receipt.
Yes,
So
that somebody produced ownership of the land, so the land at that time did not belong to the estate of Mr. Jobson.
Right, so the Auditor General have no business at that point.
That's why the Auditor General dropped out of the case, and the last case it went to court. They did not go to court. They did not form part of the litigation.
No, the last court date was November 2016, and they were in fact on the claim at that point. They were still there.
Yeah, but they did not come to court. They did not present a defense in court.
Mr. Ingram, I want to shed some light. And you
hold on, Silver.
You wouldn't ask the question the way I asked.
No, 1 second, man. Excellent, before you. What you were saying, excellent.
So we have somebody in the chat, and I want you, Blair, to make it elucidate the situation. Make it abundantly clear.
What's the point you were making, excellent?
Wait, let me.
I'm not referring to the person in the chat. I'm not bringing the person.
So you are saying to us that this land, because I'm hearing that this land was sold by the PNP in 1993. You are saying that this land
no go there, sir.
was
no
never,
go, sir.
No, Silver Fox, give me a second, man. I know the truth.
Yeah. Allow him
but
to
I want the truth to be made known to the 139 person here. This land was never in the possession of the government.
Morning,
Marshall. By any government. You, Blair, was it in the possession of the government to be sold by the government?
No, this land has never been owned by the government.
Beautiful. That's the first thing I wanted.
Never been owned by
clarified.
Yeah.
Because that story being touted around by JLP bloggers and their lives.
Yeah,
that this land was owned by the government and it was sold by the PNP. So it was never owned by the government.
Excellence.
The matter of dispute where the land was concerned was ownership, where Falmouth Falmouth Resort, something, that company, and the family had some dispute because of the fact that when the father died and the land was to have been handed over to the children and everything, somebody came with a receipt saying that we purchased this land from your father so long ago. So we are the owner and he's not the owner of the land.
That was why the land went to court the first time, you Blair, right?
Yes. But what happened,
No, I
Excellence?
just want to hear you, Blair, give me an answer.
Yeah, man, that is true. That is
That's
true.
correct. That's correct.
That is correct, Excellence.
So,
But what
good, 'cause
happened,
that's what I
Excellence?
understood. So that's why I'm
But
trying
what?
to bring it to the
Excellence.
people. Wait, give me a second, Silver Fox.
All right, good.
I'm trying to bring it to the people step by step by step. So the land matter went to court, not because of any government issue, but because of the fact that after the father died, and the kids were supposed to get the land now, so as per would have seen by normal thing, somebody came up and said, oh, you can't get this land because this land belongs to us because we purchased it from your father, given the fact that the kids were minor when their dad died. And this person now came up and showed documentary evidence that he did purchase the land from their father. So the land was awarded to the then purchaser by the judge, right, you Blair?
And the judge ruled that Falmouth Holding was in possession of the land from 1967.
Yes, man. Good. When the kids were minor. That's what I think we're trying to establish here. So we're trying to establish.
One of the son also filed a lawsuit that he purchased the land from his father, but the court dismissed that case also because of lack of evidence to substantiate his claim.
All right.
That is one of
Perfect.
Mr. Jobson's son.
Perfect, because that is what we're trying to establish here. We have established clear parameters as we step along the way so people can get it correct. Never government land. The court went to court because of dispute over ownership. And now we move on to the next thing. When the people were asked to come off the land, the PNP took the government of the day, took them to court. Right, you Blair?
Yeah, yes, the People's National Party government, led
The
by
government of the
Professor
day.
Simpson Miller, yes,
Took them to
did
court.
not allow the enforcement which was handed down by the court, which was for the resident to vacate the property and to pay Falmouth Resort Holding $50,000 each for damages of the land or whatsoever that may cost.
So you Blair, we have somebody in the chat who said the owner died in 1980. So how is that? So Mark Francis, we go back to say to you, the land was owned by the Mr. Is it Shizam?
Mr. Jobson.
Mr.
Jobson.
Mr.
Yes.
Jobson apparently went into an agreement to sell the land to Falmouth Resort, whatever, FRC. FRC, that's what they call the company. Now, when he died, his children, he never had a will when he died. So his children.
I think we're going
You,
over.
somebody asked a question in the chat, Ingram.
No, the question the person had in chat have already been answered. Excellent. It have been answered.
Excellent.
Come in the chat, Ingram.
Excellent. Excellent.
But Silver Fox want to make a point.
Hold on.
Excellent. One at
a time.
Go ahead, Silver Fox. Go ahead, Silver Fox.
All right. I did an extensive research on this matter from start to finish. Falmouth Resorts approached Mr. Jobson from 1965 to purchase the land. From 1965. The agreement reached to 1967 where £29,000 was paid for the land, and it was not handling by two individual, it was two legal firm doing the transaction. The land, the amount of land at the time they believe was 300 to 350 acres. Falmouth Resort intention was to buy all of it, but they paid for 300 acres. it was agreed that the rest of acreage must be paid at £90 per acreage. So there were, after a proper survey was done, it comes to the realization that 67 acres was not paid for. But the intention of the agreement was to purchase all of the land. So there was no remaining acreage for nobody, because all of it is for Falmouth Holdings. Now, there was no, that land has no, it is no estate of the deceased. Never was. Hence, the people then want to talk about the politics now. When, because of Portia's emotion towards people, she loves people. And the People's National Party love people too. They make attempts in court to resolve a situation to help the people them. But Falmouth Holdings was not having none of it because them own the land. Volume number 1008, folio number, I think it's 363 or 636. They own the land. The Supreme Court, it goes all up to Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court recognized them as the legal owners of the land. As a matter of fact, Falmouth Holdings sued JPS. And I think Water Commission as well.
Yes.
To go give the people them light and water upon in land. So this alabalu about the land, the only owner of the land is Falmouth Holdings.
No, New Falmouth Resort.
Falmouth Resort Limited.
New Falmouth Resort.
Limited.
Good.
Yeah,
New Falmouth Resort.
I think people get it confused because they have the name resort in their name.
It's New Falmouth, it's Falmouth Resorts. So all of the alabalu and the court.
Silver Fox,
yes.
Listen, we have to make it clear to those listening on the For You page and those in the chat.
Right.
That part of land, that the land itself was sold in 1967.
Yeah, man. And 19, as a matter of fact, you know.
Hold on, let me make the point before you comment. It has never been held by government.
No.
Want that. Portia Simpson Miller wanted to buy it for the people. So it was never held by government. For those who are saying that PJ Patterson sold the land, Proven Wealth sold the land, Mark Golden Peter Bunting sold the land, those information are false. And I would implore people to do research. Because if you do research and you go to the Supreme Court, you will find all of the relevant information.
You blame that those things are political mischief. You ignore them.
Yeah, they're political mischief, you.
Hold on. I want to get back to Fox make a point there about the land, the intent of the land to be sold in its entirety, but a part payment was made and a portion was made. Were there any issue there, Silver Fox, based on your research?
No. That is why the court, there was no issue in regards to the full amount of land, because within the agreement of purchasing the land, there was nothing to say that they only want a part of the land. There was nothing about that. What was there in the agreement is the intention to purchase all of the land that was existing.
At what price? At what price?
Come again?
At what price?
All right, the price they pay 29,000 pounds.
The
300 acres. 29,000 pounds.
100 pounds.
No.
Hold on.
Allow Pop to finish.
Hold on.
I beg you.
300 acres was initially paid for 29,000 pounds. And the remaining acreage must be paid at 90 pounds per acreage. And
Silver Fox.
Yes.
You have commented about this matter on two occasions now. You have yet to declare whether or not the remaining portion to which you refer were settled. That's a question I want to ask.
All right.
Correct.
It never settled, but the court demand, it never settled the rest of it, but the court demand Falmouth Resorts to pay for the remaining at the same cost when they buy it for and agreed to back then.
And Falmouth paid that money.
I'm not sure if them paid the money, but the court demand them to do so.
Which court? Hold on. Which court was that?
The Supreme Court.
No, which court? No, which of the sitting? Which of the sitting of that court? Because the last sitting was November 2016, and at that point,
2016, what was that hearing about? I remember them. Me carry. Remember?
They threw out a request. It was referred to. It referred to a previous April sitting, and make a decision that request was thrown out and of a cost. We would have heard Dr. Court, Hugh Blair mention that the court offered a cost, and obviously he would be referring to the same court date, 2016. What I'm not getting from you Socks, is that you're extensive to seem as if you did in fact did some research, because you bring some argument which are consistent with what Sir Blair had said. But we're not getting whether or not that remaining gray area was settled and who settled it. Because if that was settled, then we don't hear it coming out in the mix here.
But put it this way, Ingram.
Hold on.
Let me answer him now, you Blair.
Hold on, Silver Fox. Because you use the word intent to purchase.
Yes.
What the receipt from Art and Company said was that the £29,000 was paid. It did not use the word.
Is not the agreement. Hold on, you Blair.
Hold on, man. Hold on. The court relied on the receipt to say that Mr. Jobson did collect £29,000 for the land. And that is what the court relied on in offering Mr. Chisholm and New Falmouth Holdings ownership of the land. Because if it was just an intent...
Hold on there, you.
Hold on,
you Blair. I was asked a question.
Hold on, we don't want to confuse our listeners.
Yes.
Because the word intent, there's ambiguity when you say intent.
Hold on,
Silver Fox.
Hold on, Fox. Make him feel, you Blair. You come back in now.
If I have an intent to buy something and I didn't pay for it, I cannot own it.
Cannot.
You cannot own thing by the intent.
No,
you
you
own
cannot.
thing by paid and a receipt. And the court relied on the receipt from the lawyers of Mr. Chisholm to determine who owned the land.
And let me stop you there,
Hold on.
You Blair. That Silver Fox, just give a chance. You Blair.
No, but I was asked a question.
Well, you Blair. You said something.
Come into your Fox. Continue.
You said something there, you Blair, about receipt. What I'm not hearing and what I want to hear, that there must be some further agreement for sale. or agreement, a document to tie the 65 acre now into the agreement, because anybody can provide a receipt. I need to see an agreement for sale. It wouldn't be signed by Dobson, but if somebody in the estate signed that agreement, further agreement for sale with the with that company, I'm not hearing that. That is what I am relying on.
I'm going to tell you.
Hold on. Hold
Can I read something in the evidence?
Hold on.
Can I read something in the court?
One second.
I'm going to help you all.
Silver Fox.
No,
Can I
one
read
second.
never
something
help
in
you
the
all.
evidence?
Hello.
Silver Fox.
Hello.
Can I read something in the evidence?
Hold on, excellent. Before you read, let me answer a question.
Can I take the position of the chair right now?
Can I read something to evidence?
Can you hold on?
No, man.
Hold on, excellent. Hope make a very important point there. But the fact of the matter is, a court had made a decision on this point already, you know. So let's not, although we're seeking some clarification, you, Blair, have emphasized, and what I'm seeing here, the court had made a decision on the matter.
Nothing for the administrator general to rule on.
Hold on, let me answer a question.
Hold on, man.
There was nothing from the estate because the estate was sold. And that is what the court relied on.
Full stop. Thank you, Blair.
And the reason why the court rely on that, because for the whole 367 acres, it was one title. There was no subdivide of it. So them intend to buy everything. That's why they didn't get the title. So even though
you've gone back to the intent.
Silver Fox, why are you using, based on what you just said just now?
All right. Listen now.
Hold on, man. I'm asking a question, Silver Fox. You said you're
people of the view.
I'm speaking, Silver Fox.
All right, good.
Since you said that there's one title, why are you using the word intent?
All right, take out intent. It is the people them pay for them are buy 367 acres of land. They paid for 300 acres of land, and on the title it was 367. It was agreed upon that the remaining acreage should be paid for at £90 per acreage. When it went to court, and it's understood that Falmouth Resorts only pay for 300 acres. The court said, okay, you have the title for the whole of it, so you need to pay for the next 67 acres. And hence, there's no argument from anybody else if it comes to them to own the 67 acres.
And what I want to understand, and what I want to see, if there was you must remember this, you have straight transfer and you have part of land transfer. So what I want to know, if the agreement for sale accompanied a straight transfer or a part of land transfer. The part of land transfer would have split to the 300 acre, leaving out the 65 acre. So what I would like to see, if when the agreement for sale was executed, it accompanied a straight transfer and not a part of land transfer.
Can you hold 1 second, sorry? Can you hold on, sir? Go ahead, excellent. Hold the point.
I'm going to read.
Go ahead, excellent.
Evidence. I'm going to read into evidence, right? Something. Volume 29, folio 7 to volume 1389, folio 427. The original transaction. It says, the 2020 Court of Appeal judgment identifies Gilbert Baron Jobson as the owner of Orange Grove Trelawney, formerly comprised of volume 29, folio 7, and later volume 138, 89, folio 427. And option date, it says, an option date, 15th of September 1967, gave a 60-day period to purchase at $90 per acre. The land was believed to contain 300 to 350 acres, not 367, but 300 to 350 acres. The option boundary describe reference the Duncan to Falmouth Main Road, Springfield, Claremont, Florence Hall, and the Parochial Road to Florence Hall. It expressly excluded the old work area with cemetery, but with rights to well. The possession and survey transfer. New Falmouth Resort lodged caveat 84833 in 1973. The later record treated the company as having possession from at least as early as 1970. A 1970 survey was relied on in the litigation showed 367 acres rather than 300 acres. So there was some error with the initial what do you call it now? Measuring of the place.
It must be done by estimation. It might have been done by estimation and not by survey.
Good. So we're moving forward, right? Creating a 67 acreage payment issue. A pre-check plan was identified, checked, not CHEQUE, but CHECKED. A pre-checked plan was identified as examination number 98935. Ratri J in 2005 authorized / ratified the transaction subject to payment relating to the additional acres. So the additional acres was actually paid up for based upon the evidence given by Ratri J in 2005. The title was transferred into New Falmouth Resort name on March 31st, 2006. The Court of Appeal in 2020 said the evidence supported North New Falmouth Resort's long possession and treated its possessory title as already acquired before the latter formalization. So
we can say clear this morning that there's no dispute as to the ownership of the land.
Yes, one of the dispute was apparently the first thing was done by an estimate, but when they did the survey, it showed that there was an excess 67 acres of land.
What we want to settle on this morning is a fact that there was no dispute as it relates to the ownership of the land. The title was transferred to this company in 2020, you said, right?
No, in 2006.
In 2006.
The 31st of March.
What we have here this morning then is a situation of mercy, compassion, care,
and the lack of intervention.
The fact of the matter is the land is owned by private people. So the question we're asking here this morning, how did the police and municipal corporation get involved in this situation? 1, 2, under what circumstances were these young men taken out of their bed in the morning and thrown in jail? 3, what the member of parliament have done pertaining to this situation, because it is a clear indication here that numerous persons were living on this land. And it seems as if that at some point or the other, some misinformation went on and people were continuing to construct on this land without authorization Is that the case we're saying this morning?
Can I say something, Ingram? Can I?
Yes.
I'm going to put a submission into evidence. In and around, I'm going to bring two things into evidence. Out in the parish of St. Thomas, in the constituency of St. Thomas Eastern, in and around 1997, because I was still in primary school, there's a land developer in this country, well known to many, who said he had some lands in Prospect, and they went out one morning to bulldoze and break down the people in house. And the then member of parliament, Dr. Fenton Ferguson, made an intervention at that time.
Are you still there? I think he's citing a case we have all heard about, in which member of parliament.
If I may just continue until Excellence come back.
Go ahead.
And just to go back to something that Silverfax said. The Silverfax said that the additional 67 acres.
You Blair. I prefer if you finish the point. Excellent was making, because it seems as if you have knowledge of it. We can do that. I will try to finish excellent. Right, hold on. You know why I don't want to go back there with the issue of the land, because it has been established that the ownership of the land is established. There's no ambiguity as it relates to the ownership of the land. So we want to talk about now the procedure that have been effected in bringing these people at this stage they are today. I think that's what we need to get at, Blair. And I think where I think Excellent was going were about, I think I've heard about 3 cases in Jamaica in which politicians stepped in and pay for the land, or some private sector people step in, pay for the land, and allow the people to get the land at some cost or the other. But
I may just enlighten you that the member of parliament for East Central St. Andrew,
yes,
Dennis Gordon.
Yes.
Dennis Gordon is one of the last person I knew pay for a property, and the property is located between Lindus Road and Maxfield Avenue, somewhere there.
That is where I'm going,
Dennis Gordon.
That is exactly where I'm going. Thank you very much.
Right. Dennis Gordon.
Dennis Gordon.
Paid for that property.
And allow the people and
allow the people to live without charging them a cent. Big up yourself, Comrade Dennis Gordon.
Yeah, big up yourself.
People have a lot to say about you.
Big up yourself.
But I know you personally.
Yes.
And I know what you have done.
Yes.
And you are the first person who came to mind when you raised that issue, Mr. Ingram. Dennis Gordon.
That is why I'm saying thank you very much
for that. Mr. Ingram.
Yes.
He did not do that when he was a member of parliament. He was merely a councillor and a businessman. And when the bulldozer was gassing up, piling up, and ready to bulldoze the place, he went into his checkbook and paid for the land. Because the government of Jamaica did not want to pay for the land.
All right.
Dennis Gordon paid for it.
We are in a situation here now when we have people. The ownership of the land is no argument whatsoever. But people incorrectly or correctly, whatever the circumstance, or ignorantly, whatever the circumstances are, people were on the land.
Media. Info. Morning, my friend, Info.
People were on the land.
Glad to see you joining. Glad to see you joining.
Yes. People were on the land, living on the land. It's within that context I'm saying. We have to reach a point in Jamaica where we can look at the human being and treat them as such. What happened in No, it's
No need for, and let me
360 acre of land. And let me tell the people, that land is gonna be there until God Almighty come back to earth.
people were only advocating for 9 acres of that land.
Are you serious?
Yes, they're not advocating for the 360 acres. They're advocating for 9 acres of the land.
You are saying that it's only 9 acres of the land these people occupy?
Yes, 9 acres.
And you, Blair, so you're telling me now, in Jamaica today, there's a property, 367 acres of land. And people squat on 9 acres. And the only solution to that was to bulldoze and flatten all their possession. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Comrade Inga, let me put some statistic on the board.
Yes.
A survey has been done in Jamaica which say that a quarter of the population, which is 700,000 people, is living in squatter or informal settlement. Right? So Jamaica is prone to informal settlement and squatter settlement. For those persons who are clamoring and saying that people love to go and squat, what is the alternative? What is the alternative? Can they purchase land? Can they purchase house? If you take away the ability to squat or to have informal settlement, where will those 700,000 persons go and live? That is a question needed to be answered.
You know, you Blair. My thing on this, you know, is 2 sides of the coin. Now, yes, the people them own the land. But watch out now. Where is the government input in this to help these people? Did the government have dialogue? The government of today, did they have dialogue with Palmont Resort?
The legitimate owner. The legitimate owner.
To
Right.
say, yes, we know no own the land, but watch out, them people here, depend it, and it is this amount. Them only want this amount. What can we do for these people? Did the government enter in any bargaining deal to help these squatters?
The evidence suggests that there was only one intervention of government.
That was Portia Simpson.
Was led by Portia Simpson Miller.
Yes. And that was from 2016.
Right, after the judgment in 2016.
Right.
There has not been an intervention from any government or governmental agency.
Yeah, but
you, Blair,
and Silverfox.
And the
government participate in legal activities, you know, because I don't know that you turn up at anybody resident at 3 a.m.
We soon come to that. I
don't know that you turn up at anybody resident at 3 a.m.
I am coming to that.
Illegally arrested people without a warrant who have never committed a crime.
I went on a platform.
The government will participate in that demolition activity. You know?
I went on a platform this morning, knowing the facts of the land. But my argument, not listening to the platform, never knew that they were only about the facts of the land. Because when I enter, I am saying, the reason why this demolition occurs is because the administration of the day is a capitalist government, and capitalist government only assist and defend the people with capital, with money, and so.
Well, yeah. If I may, Silverfox.
Yes.
We have to put things in context. The persons who went to serve the notice on demolition yesterday, Tuesday, were bailiff, and they seek the protection of the security forces.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So they were bailiff acting on behalf of New Falmouth Resort and its owner, Mr. Chisholm.
Yes.
The police went there because New Falmouth Resort Holding, asked for police protection.
Yes.
But why jail the men?
Hold on. That section of detaining the male of the homes is totally a different kettle of fish, because I don't think that the security force should find themselves in a position like that. But I don't know how that part might go. That is for another discussion.
Yeah, I'm not going to be long. I'll just a minute.
Hold on, Sir Blair. A lady is reminding us that a notice can't be legally served before 6 a.m. in the morning.
And that's what I was saying. Not before 6 or not after 6. But not before 6 in the morning and not after 6 in the evening. That's the law. Not on a public holiday.
I'm going to have to jump. Let me just say this 1 minute.
You're not able to...
Hold on, go ahead, Jamaican focus.
Yeah, quickly, because I'm going to jump. Yeah. Just quickly, isn't it a little bit ironic that during the time when the government has made it plain that they're coming after squatters, we're now seeing private land disputes in the mix? And I am a little bit confused as to what I'm seeing, because it seems as if private land disputes they're using the power of the government to intervene into private land disputes, and not to defend the people, but to defend their friends and their friends' private disputes. It seems a little bit strange to me, because yes, the police would be called in for security purposes, but not to detain people. So there are a bit of questions there for me. I'll have to jump, but I'm still listening.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ingram, I was saying something.
Hold on, the lady is here. Let me facilitate her. Excellent. Brad, you can come in after her. Brad, good morning. How are you doing?
Morning, Mr. Ingram. Uncle Blair.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. I can't name much about it. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, I've been listening for quite some time, and half of what I had to say was already hashed out.
Okay.
But what I did not hear anyone mention is that New Falmouth Resorts has been here from, well, the company was registered in 1967, on the 23rd of October to be exact, 1967. That is on the company's books. No, New Falmouth Resorts Limited, that is not the only property in Falmouth, in Trelawney, that they own. I'm not going to say too much on it and as to why I know all of that, but based on what happened yesterday, I am hoping and I'm dreading that history will not repeat itself, because what took place yesterday is now going to embolden them to go ahead and commit other such acts, because that property is not the only property that New Falmouth Resorts Limited own in Trelawney. They have quite a vast amount of properties there, vasting over to the same amount and over in acreage. Now, New Falmouth Resorts Limited, they're not even Jamaican. They're not a Jamaican company. Those persons are from Texas, all the way in Texas. They're not even paying taxes on those lands. Now, New Falmouth.
What?
Resorts,
Hold on. You have information that they're not paying taxes on those lands?
Let me tell you how much taxes is owed.
Hold on, Brad. Before you go further, let me add some information to that for you. The gentleman from Texas was Mr. Philip Phelan. I think it was a Mr. Phelan and Mr. Osang and Mr. Chisholm who were members of New Falmouth Resort. And
Jacqueline Chisholm, who is the secretary. Right. Yes.
Yes, but Mr. Chisholm has subsequently purchased everything, and he is the sole owner and proprietor of New Falmouth Holding as we speak.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I just need to put that in.
Exactly. Okay. No, may I talk about them business, you know? Sorry. So the value of the property is $8 million yearly. And the taxes is $55,660.
Unimproved value, Brad. Unimproved value.
Right. Now, what is owed is $384,560. Hence the reason why I say, and there are other properties, they're not paying any taxes on it. Again, I'm going to reiterate, these persons, they're not Jamaican, they're from Texas. Right? So, with that being said, as to where the Jamaica Labour Party, Uncle, Mr. Ingram might stop me, but I'm asking him to permit me, please. No, as to where the Jamaica Labour Party...
The comments made on this program are not necessarily those of the host.
No, I'm not going to be naughty. I'm not going to be naughty. I'm not going to be naughty. No, as to where the operatives of the Jamaica Labour Party, they generate a Google search history that says it was sold under the People's National Party. No, that was cleared up between Uncle Blair and Silver Fox.
Yes,
but I don't need to regurgitate.
That argument. Yes, we have rubbish that argument.
I do not need to regurgitate. No, there's another thing where another JLP operative made a video, put it out to say it is the PNP who created squatting. Please permit me to rubbish that claim. Now, in 1967, we would have just been coming out of independence.
Continue speaking.
We would just be coming out of slavery. So we would have gotten independence in 1963. 62. In 1962, thanks. Now, in 1967, my dear people, brothers and sisters of the soil, let us remember that because of colonial laws and all of that, regular Jamaicans like our grandparents and great-grandparents, they were unable to acquire or purchase land. Why? Because of laws back then, the pricing for property was too expensive, right? And those large companies, those rich persons from overseas, what they did, they purchased large parcels or portions, plural, of lands, put it in a company such as this one and gone back about them business. Hence, regular Jamaicans, they could not purchase land. Hence the reason why they identify a plot of land and they settle on it. Now, as time goes by and we now started to get more modernized and all of that, government, what they started to do was to legitimize those settlements. So they're no longer informal settlements. They now become formal settlements. People have titles, water, lights that they're paying for, and all of that, right? So it was not the People's National Party who created squatting. Let us not do that. The bigger issue at hand here is that a privately owned company from persons who are not within the government or anything, persons who are not even Jamaicans, were able to, with the help of the state, because the police represent the state, with the help of the state, to go in at 3 a.m. when court not open as yet, court not open until 10 o'clock in the morning. Legally by law, you cannot serve a notice on anyone before 6 a.m., after 6 p.m., on a public holiday or on a weekend. You can't do that. So they went in and they took the men and they left women and children. What is the basic instinct of a female when problem strike? Not for grab her picnic and run to safety, but a man will stand and fight. And hence the reason why they went kick off those doors and remove the men. And it's not just grown men they remove. They remove boys who were over the age of 13 as well. Let us remember that. So this thing was well planned, it was orchestrated, and it was carried out to the T. And it shouldn't happen. It honestly should not happen. It shouldn't happen. And we need to stop this thing where we say, oh, we don't love capture people and too much and this and that and blah blah and ray. We all sat and we saw a mother who did a C-section and has her 3-day-old baby. There's another lady, elderly lady, who she was able to remove the furniture out of the house, and the tractor man reversed and rolled the tractor over down to the baby bed and the baby crib and smashed everything to smithereens. It was heartless. When did Jamaica become like this?
Brad, all capture and come into this.
Dino. I was asked to come after Brad, and I'm waiting.
No,
to
man, I asked Brad to she used the word capture.
But Dino, you are interrupting me coming after Brad.
Excellent. Dina is asking a question.
Yeah, but you might interrupt me coming after her.
Dina is asking a question, excellent.
So he must come after her then, all right, cool.
He's asking a question.
No, he's just asking me a question and let me wrap up because
I want to come after you, Brad.
Another person needs to talk.
You know, I'll come before
you. Can't come in there and come, I'm excellent. You can't come in there and come. Dina is asking a question and then the lady's gonna wrap up. You can't come anywhere you want to come.
Dino did not get it what I said.
Excellence, I'm going to ask you to yield, please.
To come after you, all right, I will yield and I'll come after you.
I'm going to ask you to yield, please.
All right.
Yes, Uncle Dino, I'm regurgitating what was said.
Okay.
Hence the reason why I use that word capture. So I'm borrowing from what is being said. All right, I'm going to use my mind. Oh, the two terrible.
Excellent, go on.
I was told to move I was told, I get a restriction, I was told to move excellent.
Oh.
Go ahead, Dino. You have a point, Dino? All right, let me just respond to what Brad said just now. Based on what we have heard here this morning, this is absolutely scandalous.
Yeah,
we have enough information here.
There's something I want to get clear because we use the word, all that after referring to the people as being squatters and capture. No, the owner of the property died leaving 20 children.
No, Dino, hold on, Dino. Maybe you come late, you didn't hear. The ownership is established. The court rule that the company is coming own the property. So the children are not in the picture at all.
Yeah, but listen where I'm coming. There's an error of the court because if the children are underage, there's nothing that it will have to remain in the administrator general until they come out.
No, Dino. I have no brief for them, but it has been established that the land was sold to the
sold
current
by who? By the attorney general?
Yes, they received.
That's a breach. That's a breach.
Hold on, Dino. Let's not go back there. The court has ruled.
Dino, there is no breach. There is no breach.
Ownership has been established.
Ownership of the land was established by the court.
Yeah, the court ruled at Dino, so we can't go back this up.
Yeah.
But what we all want to go this morning here, though, based on what we're hearing here, and substantially, I want you, Blair, bring to the fore that only 9 acres of the 367 acres are being occupied by these people. So I'm saying here this morning that this is scandalous. This is absolutely disgraceful that any authority, any PMP or JLP or any government would sit by and allow any owner of any landholders to demolish 9 acres of land that these people could have been subdivided and sell them. You have 360 odd acres. So you have about 97 acres that can be used for their business. It is disgraceful, and I'm saying it this morning, that if this is how we're gonna proceed as a people, we're in dark days. If this is how we're gonna proceed as a people, we are in dark days. And I'm saying that also within the context that we have heard that several young men, we saw the lawyer and these men talking yesterday, several young men were carted off to jail at 3:30 in the morning. And have we gotten any response from the police high command to date?
Yeah, but why is it your JDF helicopter surveillance in while
over and over the operation
that was done? I mean,
JDF helicopters.
The state got involved.
Is that true, Dino? Is that true?
That's what I say. People said JDF.
I hope it's not, Dino, let us not run with these. I hope it's not true, Dino. It will be past scandalous. But I hear the argument, Dino, that JDF personnel's helicopters were overing over the operation yesterday morning. Where are we going? When did we get here?
But for you to use JDF, the state has to be involved.
Yes. And the only way the state can be involved, as far as I'm concerned, based on my common sense, is that the person, the bailiff who are acting, can ask the police to provide
the bailiff can't ask the JDF to assist, can't?
No.
The bailiff can't.
Dino,
security.
Dino and Mr. Ingram, this is the reason why when I enter the particular platform, I start from a governmental approach. Because
for you to use a JDF, you ever come to the Minister of Defense?
Yes, right. So it is saying to me that the state is involved in this demolition because JDF was a part of it as well. And that is why I said to people, this is what I don't like with this administration. They are for the capitalist people. They are not for the poor people. It's a capitalist government.
They know how it was sold. They know how it was sold.
And I was told not to bring politics to the platform. But that was my reason, because I heard that JDF choppers were also a part of the activity from the air.
I hope to God that is not true.
If I may just offer a comment where that is concerned. The bailiff and Dino rightfully said a while ago that the bailiff cannot ask the JDF.
No.
So the person who asked the JDF would have been the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
They have to go to the Minister of Finance, Defense. You can't do that. You have to come to defense.
Yeah, I understand that, but the request would have come from the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
To the Minister of Defense.
No, hold on. Don't comment on it, but allow me to make the point first. Because the Jamaica Constabulary Force could have used the argument that they want to neutralize any threat. Therefore, they would request assistance and backup from the JDF. That is my word.
So you were expecting you're expecting a huge retaliation then. That is why you're using
exactly.
The old era, police came from the old era, Not only the station, they come from all the areas, Montego Bay, Falmouth, all about the region.
But the question which are Silverfox. The question which arises now, Uncle Dino, is were the rights, the constitutional rights of the male species violated? Were they violated? Their constitutional right were violated to be taken out of their bed, to be taken to the station, to be processed from 3 o'clock in the morning. Were their constitutional right violated, and what remedy should be sought in an issue like that?
For those people you take out for question, you have a warrant for them?
I saw them talking to a lawyer yesterday, people. So I'm hoping that the lawyer will be guiding them in the appropriate direction.
The lawyer spoke, and the lawyer said it's a very clear case to take them before the court. Because you can't take people in bed, you don't have no warrant for them. There's no crime committed by them.
And we have seen,
there was no curfew. There was no curfew either.
We have seen several cases like these, but the government are paying out millions right now.
I think the police might have been cautious, taking into consideration that opposite the property is a Royalton Hotel, and then they would want to.
But Blair, I heard the hotel was.
Hold on. Let me hear where you, Blair, is going about cautious. Please.
Yes, right. I think that they would want adequate security, so that if things get out of hand, it does not spill over to the Royalton Hotel and in extension to affect the visitors.
Hold on. The comment you're making now, you, Blair, have nothing to do with the men who are taking custody, though.
No, man, no. I am just pondering.
But you, Blair, to my understanding is that the staff at the hotel was given notice that nobody should turn up to work that day. Because they know that they were taking an operation. The hotel was not open that day.
All right, Dino. All right. So you just confirm my point.
It just confirmed my
well
orchestrated.
It was precautional.
The hotel was closed for that day?
Closed for that day.
Excuse me. Can I ask a question, please?
Go ahead.
All right. Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Given the myriad of information that has been swirling since yesterday in terms of ownership and court documentation and court battles, and in particular the court battle between the government of Jamaica and the owners of the property that went all the way to
hold on. Let me stop it there. This morning revelation based on empirical evidence, there was no issue between the government of Jamaica and the ownership of the land.
Hold on. There was a court battle in which the government tried to acquire the property for the people who were on it. Went all the way up to the Privy Council. And of note is the
that case was when Portia was Prime Minister.
Yes. Government of Jamaica, and went all the way to the Privy Council, and the landowner was effectively told that you are within your right to claim your property and you cannot be forced to sell it, even though the government put on the table what's the term, imminent interest and wanting it for development.
Hold on.
It's imminent domain.
Imminent domain.
I think it stopped at the
question.
Yes. It did not go to the Privy Council.
All right, hold on. No, let me partner, please. Wherever it went, the justice said.
No. It's not wherever it went.
All right, it went to
the hold on. The matter was settled in the court in Jamaica. Well, we established that this morning.
The Supreme Court.
Ownership was established that the company owned it. The government have no interest in it at the point at which these things are happening. Go ahead.
So the point I'm making is the government tried to buy the property and the man said he's not selling it. He wants the property. Tell me two things. One is what recourse was open to the landowner at this point.
All right.
And two,
let me answer that question.
Ask me questions.
No, let me finish, Ingram. Let me finish.
Remember, I don't want to be spoken over. I just want to ask a question.
Ask your question, lady. Ask your question. Ask a question.
Nobody's question is,
ask a question.
What recourse was open to New Falmouth Resort at
Question
this
one.
time? Question two is, what are the expectations of the government given the previous steps taken and the ruling of the court? That's question two.
I want question two to be clarified. What is the question of the government or for the government? I want to understand that. Question two.
The question is, what expectations did you have of the government given all the previous steps and intervention?
Beautiful. Let me answer that, because we have answered these questions long ago. Let me say that first. But the first thing is that the ownership of the property is established, that the company is a private property owned by private entities. That is established. I would have known, and we have all established here, that the man have possession of his land, and he should enjoy his land without any encumbrances whatsoever. However, whatever the circumstances are, people are currently on the land. People are currently on the land, occupying about 8 to 9 acres of the land. That's an undisputed fact. We have seen in this country where politicians from both sides have intervened in similar cases like this. Not only private politicians, other private persons, and have intervened and caused people not to be demolished and thrown out like this on the street. We have seen happen before where actions have been taken, and we have seen where people were not thrown out on the street. I personally know of a building in New Kingston, right behind Jamaica National Bank, Jamaica Money Shop. That building has gone to the court on numerous occasions, numerous orders, eviction orders were issued by the court for it to be whatever done to it. Today, that building is still there in 2026. Within that context, I submit here this morning. I submit here this morning that the 9 acre of land that was needed by the people, that was I'm not going to use the word squatting, but was occupied by the people by illegal means, if we are saying that today, that matter could have been sorted out without the people being thrown out like that. 1, 2, I cannot understand what are the circumstances in which people, young men, were hauled out of their home 3:30 in the morning to jail. For what reason, I don't know. Hotel in the air was locked down. It has been rumored that soldiers were hovering over. I don't know the reason why. The action, what is expected, what I expect the government to do in a case like this, the government of the day to do in a case like this, is to intervene and see what they can do on behalf of the citizens of this country. I've heard this morning that the land is owned by persons who live overseas, for example. These land, several taxes are owed on this land. I believe that at this stage in 2026, that the government could have intervened and avoid what happened to these people out there on the street. I strongly believe that, and I unreservedly condemn what happened in Falmouth yesterday about these people. That's my response to you, my lady.
I hear you, Mr. Ingram. But the question I asked, hold on, the question I asked, though.
Colin have a bit of information and him can't stay, so let us give Colin a 10 seconds to say what he has to say before we come back to you, Knox.
In about 10 minutes, I should have Isaac coming on the program to talk about the program.
10 minutes. Thank you very much.
So,
that's it. That's at 9:45.
No. Don't. I said about 10 minutes, not exactly.
About 10 minutes. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
He will
Thank
let
you
me
very
know
much.
when he's ready, and you can prepare the box for him.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that.
All right, Colin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Knox data. Open back your mic so we can respond to you. Because
all right.
Eminent domain. Hold on. Let me answer the question. Eminent domain by the government could have allowed the government to take that 9 acres which the people occupied, lodge the money to the gentleman account, and allow the people to stay.
And I am saying the government put that on the table and the court rejected it and called it an abuse of process. Remember that, you know.
Hold on.
That was from the 2020 verdict.
Hold on.
I am talking about since 2016.
Hold on, you Blair. I'm gonna ask, nobody come here and try to tell us that the government apply eminent domain and was denied by the court. Is that what we're hearing here? Is that what we're hearing here? That the government applied?
No eminent domain was applied based on the verdict of 2010.
Because hold on, you Blair. I'm no lawyer, but eminent domain mean what it means. It means the government bought the land and nothing stop them from getting it.
Exactly.
Oh, we understand that. I hope we understand fully that if that is applied, the government dictate what happened there.
Exactly.
That's in the court. Let us get that clear as crystal.
Eminent domain has not been applied, and that should have been the final step after the court reject the overtures of the Portia Simpson Miller government to purchase the land, and 2, to steer the execution of the warrant to remove the persons from the place. That is what the Supreme Court ruled on, right? The Supreme Court did not rule on eminent domain. I would have expected that the government, after the judgment in November 2016, to apply eminent domain for 9 acres of the 357 acres of land.
You Blair.
The government did not do that.
You Blair. Have I heard anybody ask from that side? Ask why these men were taken in custody 3:30 in the morning? I'm making reference to Knox 2 question asks. You have no problem with the issue of the men who were taken in custody?
Mr. Ingram.
Yes.
The police, the business of the police is one to maintain peace and law and order.
You're ignoring the point I make, you know.
Hold on, Mr. Ingram. No, I'm not ignoring the point.
But don't go into irrelevancies. You're preaching. No, you're preaching to the converted. We all here know that. We are talking about the men who were taken out of their bed at 3:30 in the morning. I would have expected you to. I would expect you, as I'm assuming a Jamaican, as a female, to ask the question why these people were taken out of bed at 3:30 in the morning.
Mr. Ingram, if you allowed me to make my point.
You made the point. You asked the question and I responded to it. You made the point. You made the point and I responded to the point.
You asked me a question. Now you asked me a question and I'm trying to respond.
No, that's not the case. I make reference
you
to the
asked
fact.
me.
I make reference to the fact that you asked 2 questions here. You also make other comments otherwise, and I make a point that it is important to note that the people were taken out of the bed, and I'm acknowledging that at no point you have made any reference whatsoever to that fact.
So allow me to address that. That's what I'm saying. Allow me to address that. I am saying the business of the police is maintenance of law and order.
You're repeating yourself.
I do not have. Yeah, no, but you're not allow me, Mr. Ingram. I mean, it's your program, so you can easily drop me when you need.
I'm just emphasizing that you're repeating yourself.
So I am saying I do not have before me the facts of the case. I agree.
Facts of which case? Facts of which case?
Men were taken to the station
you don't have
on
facts
the
of which
premise.
case? You don't have facts of which case?
I'm saying men were taken to the station on the premise that they will be processed.
You don't have facts of which case? Which case you don't have facts on?
What information the police had in their possession at the time that they took the men to be processed? I do not know. And if they had no information in their possession, I do not know what caused them to believe. And remember,
to believe what? To believe what?
Threshold.
Complete the statement. Complete the statement. To believe what? Complete the statement. To believe what? I want to hear the word you're saying.
The threshold is reasonable belief. They believe that.
Hold on. You're coming here this morning to say that the police have to have reasonable belief to go inside a person's home and take them out at 3:30 in the morning.
Reasonable belief that a crime, one, had been committed, or
lady, you told me yesterday that hold on, you Blair. This lady told me yesterday that she spent about 16 years in the police force. I spent 9 years in prison service. And please don't come here this morning with the garbage, lady. Don't do it.
It's only show how dumb these police
don't
are.
Do it.
If you're gonna argue like that, just show that the police force really need a proper shake up. They're dumb.
Don't do it.
You can't take me on bed. You suspect me and go take me out of my suspect me of what?
Don't come in with garbage.
You don't know what the police have.
No, the law must be observed. The law have to be observed no matter how powerful you are. The law must be. The law
and this is a problem I have with police. When I tell people, the police can give you, police give command
and not for some.
Illegal command all the time. Police and Jamaican police have to learn some of your commands are illegal.
Dino, do not blame the police at this point here now. Hold on. This lady is coming here and presenting to us that the police have to have reasonable belief. That is utter garbage. And she knows that.
And I have the right to ask the police, what is the belief?
Mr. Ingram, don't get upset, you know. You must see the indication. Understand what the lady is.
What a coincidence. That
you know, we have two society. We have two society here.
At the same time the police acting. It is the same time the houses are being demolished.
Dino, you Blair, I'm not even going to ascribe coincidence to it. I'm going to rubbish her and point it out as being most unfortunate to come here and have the gall to be suggesting that here.
Ingram.
Yes, designer.
Was that eviction notice served to these people? Morning to the panel.
Morning.
I'm not sure. I think
let me respond to that.
Go ahead, you please.
One has to be served.
Hold on.
A writ of possession, maybe, possibly.
Hold on. Let me see if we can bring some clarity to it. Because a judgment was passed in 2010 for the persons to vacate the property and also to pay the owners of the land $50,000 each. Right? That is the same judgment which was appealed by the government the Porter Simpson led government went to court and asked for a stay of that judgment, and also to request an offer to buy the land. So that is what was going on from 2010 until 2016. So when the court finally ruled and dismissed the appeal in 2016, the 2010 judgment would have stand, because the judgment already was passed in 2010. It was matter of appeal of the judgment. So when the appeal failed, then the judgment would stand. That is what I get from all of the argument. I hope that answer your question, designer.
Not really, you know, to be honest with you, not really. Because if there's a thing that I appeal the case, right? When I appeal the case, meaning so I'm looking for assistance for these people and to come to some negotiation, right? I'm asking the court to look into something to see if we can work out something. And it don't work out that way, right? But after coming so far now to 2026, you are going to tell me that they don't serve the people a notice, but with every military force and the use of our police force at the same time, heavily police force, and at the end of the day, a organized tragedy plan. When the MP knew about it and could have done damage control, and you are telling me this morning that where the court ruled from 2010 is still on the table and still.
No, designer boss, for what I know, let me just say it. For what I know, the bailiff, accompanied by the police, and possibly the owner of the property, if he was there, they have to have a writ of possession. That's a final document. A writ of possession. They can't go there and evict without that or demolish without a writ of possession, which is the final document.
But you know, if I can, good morning, Mr. Ingram, and good morning, panel.
Morning.
This is a civil dispute.
Yeah, good morning.
No, one second, you Blair. Just allow me to finish because I'm going to go.
No, I'm just saying good morning.
Okay.
Morning.
I am simply saying that this is a civil dispute, and you know civil dispute, Mr. Ingram, that in a civil dispute, the only role that the state has to do, especially in the matters of eviction or demolition, is to accompany the so-called demolition team or the team that is having the dispute and to watch to see what is happening.
Wow.
What occurred, and in fact, the timing was wrong because no bailiff, and you know it because you served in the prison services, no bailiff can issue a bailiff or an order unless it is between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Yes? That's one.
For you to get a demolition order, you have to go to
Dino, just allow me to finish, please. Please, allow me to finish. The point is simple. That's one. Now, what we saw at that property yesterday was a military operation. A mini military operation. That's one. Two, the babies, the children were asleep at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
Right? Now imagine, you are a married man, Mr. Ingram. Other people are married men here. And we know that 3 a.m. in the morning is a very sacred time. Some of us pray while some of us are in action. Yeah? And imagine what they did with the young men too was also unlawful detention. And when I heard this police officer here coming up defending an unlawful detention, because it is unlawful detention.
Can you hold 1 second? Sir?
Go ahead.
Was it the FID? Some police carried out a very senior raid one early morning to you know, sir. And no less a person Minister of Justice challenge it. Continue.
Yes, absolutely. So I am saying that this was a violation. In fact, there is no way in which the police...
When you get a chance to bring up back excellence for me, here, Sir Ingram.
There was no...
When a box become available, bring up back excellence.
I'm going to give my box now, so excellence can get my box.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is no way in which a police officer should, in 3 a.m. in fact, they disconnected the JPS. Now, how could a bailiff team cut off light and they are not JPS? There was no light on the premises when the people woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning when the operation was being done. No electricity. None.
So this is a well-oiled, coordinated effort.
That's a control the Jamaica Labour Party have over Jamaica right now.
And they went further. They went further in arresting the young men, because it was an arrest, an unlawful detention of the young men on no basis. And I tell you why there was no basis for their detention. Police officers need to know the law in Jamaica. In civil dispute, it's not a criminal matter. So no, therefore, there is no role that the police had. In fact, even if the police felt that the young men would have threatened the operation, they could not detain them on that basis. It's a civil dispute, and that is where I'm going to end.
No, that's not true. When there's a demolition, you can ask the police. The police comes there for peace and safety.
Yeah, but Dino, nobody denying that.
Hold on, Venture. What are you saying, Dino?
When you're doing a demolition, you can ask the police to come to protect the peace.
Yeah, Dino, we're talking about the young men being taken out of the bed.
We don't establish that's an illegal movement. We don't establish that already.
So
yeah, but Dino, nobody's denying that the police should not be there.
Hold on. So what Dino is referring to right now at the moment?
No, he's saying that. No, I'm saying that. I'm referring to what he just said.
No, Dino, you did not hear what I said.
The police can be there to maintain the peace. The police is not a part of the demolition. Should not be a part of it.
But Dino, he will have said it already, Dino. You have said it already.
The police should be there.
Continue. It's said already.
Anyway, with these few words, I'm simply saying we need to look at this land too was a contested in terms of ownership, because the gentleman's family was contesting the ownership of the land. In fact, no title was issued for this land, this piece of parcel, the 9 acres, which was contested by the Ministry of Housing in 2012.
No, Verkan, I think we established that the entire 367 acres of land property was passed to the current owners as legitimate owners of the land.
Who's the current owner?
The company.
Did you see the 1 second? Did you see the Supreme Court case with the current company?
Yes, I look at the case.
Yeah. We look at the case.
And did you see what was said in it, that they could not give anything to clarify how they obtained the land?
No, man. The land is shown, but the ownership was established. Ownership was established.
Yeah.
Oh, so the ownership was okay. So maybe I read just the first one and not the last.
The first part, yes.
Listen.
Mr. Ingram, I want thing with me. If we're wrong, we're wrong, you know. If we have big fear.
Yeah. We established that.
All the best. I'm going to give somebody else a chance. No.
You can't stay now because we have ISAT coming on early. So if you don't have something to do, you
no, I have to. I remember I work for a living, you know, so I have to go.
Go ahead.
Can I just quickly make my
intervention? Thank you. And let's keep that back. Please.
I think you're recharging at the chat. You can bring up your recharge.
Hold on. Excellent. Caution is here for a long while. Morning caution, go ahead.
Hey, Wagwan. The thing we need want to know is Orange Bay and Florence Hall, it covers Cooper's Pen also?
That's the question.
Anybody from Trelawney knows if Cooper's Pen is in Orange Bay or Florence Hall?
Oh, I think Jamaica is focused that I'm learning much cancer.
I'm not sure, but I think the property incorporate the whole of those areas.
No, not in the document. No, in the document, it stated that the land which they were at court was at south of Cooper's Pen, which is Orange Bay, and then Florence Hall. It never mentioned Cooper's Pen. So me want to know, me no know, me is not a land surveyor. So me first must identify if Cooper's Pen is in Orange Bay. Because if it is not in Orange Bay, then we have a big problem.
Oh, caution. The land we are discussing about here, the question you're asking have something to do with whether or not the 9 acres that the people are occupying are not on the 367 acres.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Is that where you're going?
Cooper's Pen is not on the court document. It's Orange Bay and Florence Hall.
Oh, hold on. The Cooper's Pen to which you refer. It is the 300. What we are talking about here is 367 acres. I don't know the names of these areas.
But it's on the court document. You have to read it. It says the land that was in dispute was south of Cooper's Pen. So it gives you the volume and everything, and it says south of Cooper's Pen and Florence Hall, but it did not say Cooper's Pen.
So you don't think the lawyers who are defending the lawyers who went to court, they did not verify whether or not the land in which they are defending their clients on were in fact the actual land in which you don't how that sounds so. Because
it sounds very shaky. Because
if they have lawyers in court, then those are preliminary housekeeping matters that must be taken care of before
but it gets even more interested now. The appeal that was made, it was 100 defendant, and only 30 defendant was supposed to leave the property. You have to read it.
I'm reading it, but I'm arguing excellent caution within the context that ownership was established. The land on which people are dwelling, ownership was established.
The court document of 99 occupants of the land, which is established in the court filing. 99 occupants.
And the conclusion stated now that 30 other these people were supposed to leave, and it named out the 30 odd people.
Which conclusion?
The conclusion is always down at the bottom part.
Because adverse possession would not benefit those persons, those 30 persons who would have to leave. Because they would have been on the land for less than 12 years. That is why they ruled them out. But for the other 99 persons, adverse possession would have benefited them.
Yeah, but I'm
It's an interesting caution I'm making, but I'm saying what the merit of it under the context that the land owner, that particular land ownership was established.
Yeah, but the thing is now, Ingram, this is where it gets real technical, and I don't think people need to drop this because it is very serious, because based on the operation, we realize it's illegal. So we don't know if acquiring this part of Cooper's land was also illegal, because we are here reeling that, there was a court about the land, which in these people are saying that Pan Cooper's Pen, they're never gonna court on the land. They don't know nothing about this. But yet still now, we are saying a court, it will go. Because even Tova had said, them don't know nothing about any eviction for these people. They don't know. So nobody knows.
And what is establishing there too, Ingram, excluding the 30th person, the 72 people would be living on the land continuous. The 72 would be living on the land continuous and undisturbed. And so they would have established under section 85 of the registration.
From when they were living undisturbed on the land?
That's what we need to know, find out, because remember, you just said it.
It can't be a disturbance because
the court documents is establishing that the ownership was established from 1967.
Yeah, but Ingram,
that don't mean nothing. Remember, that don't mean nothing, you know. That don't mean nothing because I can buy a land. Wait, let me finish. I can buy a land. Any of us can buy a land here, and the person went on the land, live on the land. You came after 12 years. I'm establishing that you are the owner. You serve me a notice after 12 years. But under the law, under the Registration of Titles Act, it has established me as a legitimate
were you on the land? When you were on the land for that period before the man get in touch with you, were you paying taxes for that land?
The tax does not make you a owner. Exactly. The tax does not establish you as an owner. Possession establish you as an owner.
No, listen to the question I'm asking.
Establish as a owner.
Hold on.
Hold on, 1 second.
Hold on, the question I'm asking. Is our guest here? Can we indicate to us? Colin, let me know when the guest is here.
Remember say the Sangi get the back. Remember say the Sangi back.
You Richard.
One thing I Sangi to get the back.
Hold on.
Hold on, please. We're taking a guest anytime now. You which is gonna ask a question and give
Ingram, I have been
no, remember that statement that you get the back.
Go ahead.
Remember that statement that you get the back.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, remember the statement. Good. For the people listening, everybody on the For You page and everybody, bear in mind that the People's National Party last manifesto, the land policy was a very, very important part of the People's National Party manifesto. I will say that in leave.
Thank you very much.
Ingram, I want to say something and jump because I've been waiting to speak.
Before you come in, excellent. One second. For you to benefit for adverse possession, you have to apply. The document that I am reading, I saw nowhere where the occupants applied for adverse possession to the land agency.
Right.
That's the part I wanted to make.
It does not preclude you. You Blair, it does not preclude you because you don't make an application.
Get something straight in you, Blair.
It does not preclude you if you don't make an application for adverse possession to establish that you have been on the land under the Section 85 of the Registration of Titles Act as a owner. When you look on the land val, notes are requisition. First thing you see when you go to Landval, when you're checking a property, it gives you owner and person in possession. Owner and person in possession. And I'm saying if you are on the property for 12 years continuously unmolested,
it
establish you as clear adverse possession, continuous and unmolested over 12 years. Taxes have nothing to do with it. Nothing at all.
Understand that, but you have to apply.
Can I make my point?
And you Blair, take notice. When you apply, and notice has to be put in the public one. You know, if they take up a case in at all, in the ear and a public notice has to be made. So if there's any objection of you only because the person can have relatives who have interest in the land. So they have that. So, that's God easier. People think like, let's go on here, you can own it.
Yeah, man, you understand, Dino. Answer that now becomes a court matter.
Excellent, Sean, to come in for the longest while. Let him come in and make the point.
Yeah, because let's see, I have to go shortly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say this.
Moderators, please keep that box vacant for the time being, please. Don't put anybody else in that box until our guests come. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this. There is what we missed and what the lady that was here also missed is the power of representation. The power of those who we elect to represent us.
Yes.
When it comes to matters like these. And why do I say this? There was a matter arising, I think, in Luida's Vale, in St. Catherine, when they wanted to, somewhere in Upper St. Catherine, when they wanted to bulldoze people's homes. I think it was in 2024 or 2025. And an intervention from the opposition leader caused that to halt. That process to be halt, and negotiation, and the people came to the table, and an amicable solution was reached on behalf, in favor of the people who were occupying the land. The second point I want to establish is, when Fenton Ferguson was Member of Parliament for Eastern St. Thomas, there was a situation that took place in East Prospect, a community of East Prospect, where they wanted to bulldoze down people's home and demolish people's home. And Fenton Ferguson, through advocacy, brought the government, the landowner, the citizens to the table. And upon that, the demolition was halted, and the people now acquires and occupy the land. And they are living there for many, many years after. There was also a case in Bamboo River in St. Thomas, when the same thing was about to happen, and Fenton intervened as a member of Parliament.
Excellent. Hold on. ISAT is in the box. Can we deal with ISAT now? Today's Parliament.
Easier now? Okay, thank you. Excellent. I'm gonna
finish my point?
No, you can't finish
we
don't have a short
give
amount of time.
notice.
Hold on,
We did give notice. Yes.
Hold on a second.
Sorry about that. We did give notice that we're going to have a guest.
1 second. He have a short amount of time, so let's get to the point.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, Colin. Isaac, comrade, Isaac McKellen, how are you doing this morning?
Greetings and greetings to your viewers. How are you doing?
I'm good. And thanks for stopping by out of your busy schedule, sir. We are discussing the issue down by Trelawney and the circumstances that lead to what happened there. We acknowledge that ownership was established for the property, but this morning we are concerned that what could have been done by the government of the day, any government who are in authority at this time, could anything be done for these people, sir? Through your eyes and
all right, let us.
You might mute. You muted. Are
you hearing me?
I'm hearing you now. Go ahead. You're muted again.
Go ahead, sir.
You're muted now. Come back in. Unmute your mic. Your mic is muted.
Must have a reception problem.
Yes, I am speaking through the lens of a human rights attorney.
Yes, sir.
So I'm starting there to let you know that I care zero about the politics. Now hear me out. Jamaica is run by a constitution. The constitution speaks about property rights. The constitution also speaks about human rights. There is a particular section 13.5 that speaks about the horizontal application of constitutional rights. Having said that, let me make this absolutely clear. The private owner, Mr. Chisholm and company, would have had the land and have gotten an order for 10 years now. 10 years, that is an entire decade. The entire time that the government of Jamaica, the government of the day, has been in power. Now, this government is well aware that there is a legislation called the compulsory acquisition legislation, where any government can compulsory acquire any land where it is necessary to do so. One of the necessities would be a situation where persons have populated a space and the government can pay the private landowner the market value to ensure that persons have homes. the basis upon which any government that cares about its people would do so would be to ensure that human dignity is preserved. That is the basis and genesis of human rights, so that the least among us are protected. So that is my contention. I have no issue with the private owner who has taken steps to ensure that he exercises his right to maintain and keep his property. But I can tell you, the Member of Parliament was aware this was happening. More than that, these are the same people that went into that very area and told people to vote for them. So they weren't squatters when them did I beg them for them vote.
Wow.
All the people in Jamaica that have something bad to say, just know this. The basis of adverse possession is that you must be on a property for 12 years. So if you go and thief a piece of land, because that's what Jamaica like things say, is thieving. But white people adverse possess, rich people adverse possess. But the basis of doing so is that you must squat and you must dispossess the landowner who clearly have too much land and now no time to look about it. But where you get catch, my gripe, my concern is that the government, through the JCF, was allowed to detain, remove, and incarcerate the men who live there. And while that is done, they would have revisited, yes, the slave experience. And there is something called the genetic transference of the slave experience. White people knew back then that if you separate the men from the women and children, the entire mental power, the unity that is family dynamics would definitely be separated and scarred. There is a genetic makeup. Your molecular structure is transformed through trauma. That is the human rights issue I'm talking about. So don't tell me while this government of the day is putting people in container and putting them into some basic dehumanizing situations. A container is almost like a cell in some of those American prisons. I can tell you. But anybody who want to curse me and say me careless and me this and me that, I will always defend the rights of poor people. I will always speak up, because this not have nothing to do with private land ownership. Government must have a responsibility, and the government that you vote for, if them can't make sure you have a roof over your head, where them dead for?
Yes.
And so I'm gonna say it till the next election, me not stop say this. The Prime Minister and Miss Tova Hamilton, who don't have to give back people property, or bet say you can't win back down there. And yeah, me not care what anybody wants about me as politician. There are some basic human rights and human dignity that must be dealt with, and the government dropped the ball on this. And ODPEM showing up with cuts and tents is most disgusting, dehumanizing, and embarrassing to be a part of any parliament and any government that treats the people of Jamaica like this. I must tell you, it's a sad day in Jamaica. Talk what you want to talk about me, but I am completely taken aback by the approach, and this should not be made to die down. And I must tell you this, the government tried that in Luidis Vale, and I got an injunction, and we are still before court. The government tried this in Bernard Lodge. I went to court for it, and the Prime Minister has since given all those people homes, which is why they're not hearing about that case.
Okay.
Under the rug. Those people were compensated, and as long as they give them back them house, you don't have to hear from me. But as long as them not have them house, you don't hear from me. But me not care if you give them back and say me is a idiot and me is a dummy, me will take that. Make me be the worst person in Jamaica, but better I don't have to give them place to live. Concrete structure. We don't want a zinc house. We don't want a container. Huh?
Are you saying this morning that you are involved in this matter?
I'm saying this morning I'm going to enough up myself, because I'm a little bit enough and extra. I'm going to go down there.
You heard it first here.
I'm going to go down there. I'm going to go down there tomorrow, and just so them don't pepper spray my eye, I go down there with Marky G I'm not gonna stand there and Marky G, cause them can't spray Marky G. Only Desmond I can get pepper spray.
But I can caution you though. Walk with the milk. Walk with the milk.
Me not have to walk with my milk.
Thank you.
Never in my years would they ever break themselves and try spray Marky G. So they're gonna get it right with my party leader.
I am going to advise to walk with the milk. But I want to ask one second, you Blair. The matter of they were given a ruling 10 years ago. You are saying the ruling was done 10 years ago and they did not act until yesterday?
Absolutely. No man, it's not about acting. I'm not talking about the people. And that's what people must understand.
The owners.
No man, listen. I don't hold brief for the owners. Okay. But nobody is to villainize the owner because the owners reach out to the government and say, do something about this. It is very painful as a private landowner to want to enjoy your property and have to displace persons. That is why the conversation about governance is important.
Yes,
in
absolutely.
10 years, a government made no effort to remove, replace, relocate an entitled squatter settlement after a court ruling is unbelievable and unimaginable. And so people must understand that this has nothing to do with the private owner. This has to do with what is government's role when people are homeless.
Mr.
And them are not mad people.
Mr. Buchanan, on that point you just raised, right? I have a question for you as a lawyer.
Sure.
The Land Acquisition Act of 1952 that the previous monarchy that ruled over Jamaica used, right? Isn't that a tool granted to the government in instances like these where they can step in and pretty much dictate how a land would go? So they would then pay a private person to say, okay, your land is valued at say $10 billion. I am going to pay you this $10 billion because I need to ensure that the people living there have somewhere to live. And also in that act, isn't there a portion of it that also states that if in an event of this nature where an agreement cannot be met with the private landowner and the government, and the government would then take that funding, would then be able to allocate that funding to ensuring that these persons that are about to be displaced are relocated to a satisfactory location. Isn't that what that act is for? To ensure situations like these don't happen?
Exactly. Then Mr. Lawyer, all them are going like I'm here the only lawyer to go down there and get pepper spray. All them doing that. If everybody, you can all Google it and know. I'm gonna do. Let me do it in the language the people understand. Government come to you and say we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Let me give you money for your land. And when you say no, it's my property, we take it and carry it to court and say, yo, court, how much we pay? Because we need this. Land will always be the greater good for the greater number. And the circumstances upon which the land, and I can tell you, no landowner is going to say, listen, I'm not selling the land in circumstances where persons were allowed to set up squatter settlements. It means that the land was sitting idle. And although you come and you try to enforce your right before the 10 years, the basis of land is land all across Jamaica must be used. And that is why they say the richer get richer and the poorer get poorer. Let me tell you something, man. Enough people depend on land and it's their land by virtue of recreational holdings. But people trick them. But I don't want the diaspora kick out the teeth, so I don't say much about this. But to say this, listen.
Go right ahead.
We must ensure that our brothers and sisters have somewhere to live.
Yes,
Every Jamaican, regardless of who you are, this is not a political thing. You must own a piece of this rock for the purpose of sleeping and living. Listen, Jamaican people are a special people, you know. You never know who are gonna breed and have the greatest Jamaican to make us all happy. You don't know where the greatest of Jamaica is coming from. Every child born in Jamaica is special. Whether you're rich or poor, we have a duty to nurture, to make sure that the best versions of Jamaicans get to do that. And you have to live somewhere for that to happen.
Thank you.
We cannot continue the cycle of disenfranchisement and remnants of the slave experience. It is psychological trauma, and I am rejecting it, and I'm inviting all persons to reject it and understand. Say, listen, man, politics is performative. It's nice, you know, but like when the labor rights cuss me and call me dirty Ras. But even when them doing that, they must live somewhere, they must be all right, and they must never be treated like they are nothing. Because everybody in Jamaica is somebody. We can't speak for other countries, but me I talk about my people.
You Blair, you're there? Go ahead.
Yes, I wanted Comrade Buchanan to explain eminent domain for the benefit of the listeners as it relates to that property.
Why you tell me about something when I don't know nothing about? I mean, come go on like me know it. Yeah? But I will I can't off the cuff just show that out. Me not bright, so remember me is just a TikTok lawyer and me careless, bad. But yeah. So I can't explain that for the benefit of the public in the context of what's happening in terms of the displacement.
All right, so Mr. Buchanan, I have a question for you, right? I'm not a lawyer by any means. I just like to read and do my research before I ask the witness, right? But here's my question to you as a representative and as a lawyer. I'm gonna put the question and I want you to answer it in this context. I want you to answer it as a lawyer and then as a representative, right? I want you to answer it in that way for the benefit of the people. So the Land Acquisition Act that I explained a minute ago, this is a tool afforded to the government to ensure fair and equal equity treatment towards the Jamaican people, right? That's the essential context of that law, correct?
Not necessarily, but a part of it, yes. A
part of it, right? I mean, the reason I ask it that way, I mean, it's specific to Jamaican people because we both know it can go either or. It can go for the Jamaican people, or it can go for the government itself, or for foreign investors. We know that it can swing either way. But in this instance,
we'll get to the question quick though, because the time is limited.
So the question I have to ask you, Mr. Buchanan, why is it that the MP representing that area, the councillors, or even the Minister of Housing, or the Prime Minister himself did not take this law and activate it within the courts to grant any form of protections to the people in affected currently?
You know, I will say that I can't speak for the Member of Parliament. I can't speak for the government. I have asked those questions. I put out my press release. Media will ignore it because I asked the tough and hard questions. But I'm glad you're talking about the Land Acquisition Act because in Portland Eastern right now, they want to build a bypass and they simply tell people, you have to lift up the bypass and come through your place. Okay. Sell it to me or we're going to take it anyway. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. So because the Land Acquisition Act pretty much speaks about a utilitarian concept, the greater good for the greater number.
Town development and utility project, you can't stop it.
Right, but the greater good for the greater number, it's utilitarianism. It simply means that if you have 50 families living on a piece of property, the government it would suit the government to purchase, and the People's National Party under that government would have done that many times. Private persons understood that. My grandfather did that in Walton Park by Campbell's Boulevard. And I know many persons, and if I ever dared right now go to lands that my family own and tell people to lift up our fight, we must get a sore foot. Because my grandfather wouldn't allow that even in death. So there's some of us who we learn humility and we understand what it is to make sure that no matter what, and words is win. I'm not affected by how people feel. I'm affected by how people live. And that is what is significant.
As a landowner myself, you see, I don't support squatting. And I have a very sympathetic heart to people. I had to go to the court and demolish 3 houses already. Yes. Because I mean, it had my heart pain me for doing it. But I mean, when I drove up, I bought a 45-acre property adjoining 2 main roads. and see persons captured and put in a house. And I pull over to say, oh, no, private property, what are you doing? And then tell me, no, intercloth, and tell me, say, man, no hold land, I got alone, hold land. No, what do I do with that person like the ignorance? I go to the police and I serve a notice. I give them 1 year notice. Police, why so much? I said, I'm a human being, they need, I give you time to find a place to live. And I joined to that property, another person living there which has a letter saying can live for life. But you can't pass on from generation to generation.
John Collins, I'm gonna bring somebody else up. You finished, Dino? You have a question, Extreme?
Yes,
I have a question.
I do. Good morning again, Mr. Buchanan. Thanks for speaking with us. On the matter of human rights, is it lawful for the police to detain a group of men without reasonable causes?
Me want to tell you a little secret, but don't tell nobody, and I hope nobody listening to us, right?
I'm listening. I put my ears close to the phone.
Put your ears close to the phone, because me say, when me go down at Trelawney and me find each and every one of them detained, I bet you each of them are going to get $12 million. And your mama and papa and sister and brother taxpayers' money are going to pay. The police out of order. It is a breach of the right to liberty, freedom of movement, human dignity, the trauma, the stress, exemplary damages, consistent with Rooks and Bernard, false imprisonment. Let me tell you something, man. If you ever know the disgrace and shame that took place yesterday, I just want them call me, man. Just find me.
I appreciate your response, Mr. Buchanan, and that was.
Who take out the any other question? Can I put the question right away?
Yes.
Caution. You have a question, caution or
one question at a time, so everybody can get in a question.
Caution or
we are going to revolve the back, so I'm going to jump out so somebody else can get a chance.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, over caution.
Morning, MP.
Hope first.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hope.
Morning, MP and council and coming together. All right. So the question I want to ask you: those persons, are any of those persons under Section 85 of the Registration of Titles Act would have allowed them some sort of right to that property that they were squatting on?
Lord shame, them have no rights. Them is some out-of-order squatters, but they don't care. There's a process to which the government must deploy when unfortunate situations like this would have festered for a decade. I don't want people to miss that, This is design of a decade. Disenfranchised by a decade. There were persons when that judgment was given were 10. There were persons who were 10 when the judgment was given, and they're now 20. They were detained. Some of their parents died in the 10 years through COVID, through other disasters. They are not beneficiaries of the knowledge of the intricacies of the judgment of the court. The government of the day was in power for 3 terms and counting and could have done something. Do not lose sight of the issues. This is not about property rights. This is about process and procedure in preserving human dignity for Jamaican citizens who did try a thing. They are not worthless people. It was concrete structures that were demolished. They're ambitious, trying people that could not afford land.
That's it. Caution, coming caution.
Yes. So, morning everybody. I don't know, I'm going to ask, was there a caveat on the land title? And if there was a caveat on the land title, could the owners still go through and try to remove people off the property even if a caveat was on the land title?
Well, I'm confused. There is a judgment from the court and all that was ventilated. The landowner did not behave like a bullbuck and duppy conqueror. the man took 10 years to remove the people. We are not losing sight of the discussion. There is no issue between the private landowner and wanting to enjoy his property. This whole conversation must not move from process and procedure and whether or not in light of a judgment should the government intervene to ensure that persons who are disenfranchised, whether by hurricane, whether by fire, whether by natural disaster, whether by property rights ownership, to ensure that people have a place to live. Why do we have a government? And why are people saying people worthless? Another one we born with gold spoon in our mouth. Another one we can buy land. And another one we can get some of the NHT money where government that dig out and near out.
True, brother. True, brother.
Thank you very much.
True.
Bless up. Later.
Respect, my dear, respect. Burko, you have a question, Burko?
Yes, sir. Morning.
Morning, go ahead.
Morning. How are you guys doing?
Good, man.
Yeah, the thing that I'm saying, and I believe that they should approach it on a different aspect.
You have a question for Mr. Buchanan?
Yes, I need to talk to Mr. Buchanan myself, and he can reach me at 443-939.
Do you have a question for him now? You don't have to pay anything right now, so exploit it.
Hold on. If it's a personal question, send me my lion. Send copy screen and send my lion.
I didn't get that, sir. I didn't get that.
Say if you have a personal question for ask me, tap my screen and send my lion.
And don't make it Don't make it
Don't send it to the wrong account.
You have a question, CD?
Yeah. Good morning, Comrade Buck.
Yes, morning.
My take on the role of a government is real land. Who do say that the land that the government owns is on behalf of the people of Jamaica?
Always. The government is a servant. Okay. The prime minister and members of parliament, we are creatures of constitution, and the human being are superior to us. You see, me in Portland, me is the servant of the people. That's why them can cuss me and drape me up. And I don't lose sight of the fact that I serve them. I am not the boss of them. Okay. So all who think they're high and mighty and miss the mark must know thy place.
So the question I want to ask, because
hold on. Even if little milk is thrown at you in Chilani, you'll wipe it off and cool.
The milk can throw the milk for me, but not the pepper spray. It's not this man. But go ahead, continue.
Anyway, come about. The reason I ask is because I hear a lot of people say that government land, and I'm saying that government is the trustee, hold the land in trust for the people of the country. Not saying that you'll give willy-nilly everybody, but people who cannot afford it. Do we believe that is a government role to make some way to give those people land?
No, yeah, man. The government have a duty to find that, and government have land all over, and they can make adjustments and amendments for us to do so.
So if the government own land near to Cooper's Pen, could the government develop those land and give these people?
Yes, but even before them develop it, tonight, when like how them lick them down, them should have put them over there and make them pitch up tent and start mark out them house and get it. So the rest of we can say. So the conversation can sound like this. That don't fear. Look how hard me work and me no own no land and the whole squat of them get land from government. This is unfair and unrighteous. Me want peace too. Those are the conversations we should be having. And then as a politician in opposition, me that say, Chano, it's a government that need to stay in a power, man. Them just give away the land, so what we are going to do? We're going to stay in opposition forever. But anyway, I don't know who's listening. I reach a parliament, so I have to go. Yeah, let's go. Last question.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Hold on.
Richard, hold on.
You finish, you Blair. Go in, Colin.
I thought before you leave, talk a little bit about Sanko Beach in Portland and what's going on there.
Right. So I will start by saying the Minister of Tourism said we're not having a beach access issue, and that is farthest from the truth, because there was a protest in Sanko Bay as there were enforcers, the same enforcer that went and mashed up the rafters in Blue Lagoon, and those rafters have never been able to set sail again since that. That was before my time. A repeat of that was attempting to take place in Sanko Bay. But we are in discussions, and I won't say much because, again, the private owners, we are engaging them to see what that looks like, but more so to preserve the access to the beach and to see how best the community locally can interface between each other, because Jamaica is for all of us. Rich and poor have to live together, and the dignity has to be preserved. But when I was campaigning on my flyer, I said protect your rights, and them think me did a shut up my mouth, but me dead down they know. And although them have pepper spray, I broke up things. Just ask some of them. They thought the land belonged to them, and I showed them otherwise. So we will continue to do what we have to do. But there are people listening, and my name easy for call. But I'm at the steps of Gordon House, and I'm now transforming into a distinguished gentleman. So I will have to go. Lest they say I am careless.
Yes.
All right.
Want to thank you. Want to thank you so much for being here, and don't be a stranger again. We're gonna look forward to seeing you again.
All
the
right.
best,
Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. We heard this morning that was very profound. The fact is, the government of the day have a duty to the people of Jamaica, irrespective of what we want to say. He's not talking about the ownership of the land. That's secondary. The argument is the people are there and need somewhere to live, and the government of the day, have a duty, whichever government is there. And in this case, the JLP government is there. And I must say it this morning, it is most unfortunate, and you people are coming here and constantly defending the government for what reason I don't know. Want to stop it. This has nothing to do with PMP and JLP. We're talking about people. I'm sure when the police went there the other morning, they didn't ask who were PMP or who were JLP. They just mow down the houses. And when people are going to jail, they must take up them and just throw them in a jail. Remember that. One of these days, it might jump on your door. Stop talking like that. Stop being illiterate and ignorant of civilization.
But comrade, you know, the people them say, the JLP people them say, them defend everything. I'm glad comrade book can make it clear. That you cannot capture your own land. If the land is for the people, government land, or you have to capture government land. You can't capture your own land.
But CD,
you can't be squatter. They go and hold the land in trust of you.
Mark Golin would them say, if I can't think about him, what he said he would do with the 100 and it's gone about 180 billion now. That is taken from by successive government. He said the figure should be
land to the NHT.
And those land should be given to the NHT, and the land portion of your house will be free to you. You want more than that?
Will be free for the development. Exactly.
That's what Mark Golin said.
And if you live on government land for 60 years, 25 years, you'll have access to it. But the point I make, come book and I make a while ago. You cannot capture government land because government land have fear. Or you capture your own thing. Stupidness, them attack, and labor attack, but like government one like anti-own government land.
And the issue about what the term Dino, the term the government take the land eminent domain. That term the government have a right to use at any day. And the lady who said she spent 16 and a half years as a police officer, I think you are a disgrace to the force. Because you didn't know that but you don't go to court. The court, the government of the day have a right to institute that to claim land during that means, and the court don't challenge, the court don't contest that. The government have a right to claim it. Excellent.
My problem was Ingram is that things could have worked out much better because the member of parliament was notified weeks in advance that this was going to take place.
So I get to understand.
So she could have intervened and said, listen to me, all right, make us the best we can solve this problem.
But they are saying they don't know anything about it. I heard the MP saying
the MP said she never knows, which is a lie. Because the person said the owner said that they notify her weeks in advance.
Well, Isaac just said that you know about it.
The owner said they told her weeks in advance. Weeks in advance.
They have to move every equipment, certain things, so they have to know about it. I am from East Portland. Buchanan is my MP. I am from East Portland. I am from North.
Big up yourself.
where they're going to, because I have to start fretting now because I have a little baby. My baby's under 1 and I have a son and bypass is billing through here. So to see what happened, oh my God, it's so heartbreaking.
But you should have a problem. In your case, what the government has to do? Is the government needing for the bypass? What they have to do is relocate you. They can't just lick you down. They have to build a house first of all.
You hear what Mr. Buchanan said before he came out? They said they went with force. If we have to come out for the land, they're going to come with force.
That will end up in court because the government is supposed to relocate you. Once they need the land for roads and things like that, they're supposed to relocate you. So if you have a 5-bedroom house, they're supposed to build up to 5-bedroom house.
No, they said they're not doing that. So they're going to give us
bad man style. I'm try to use what the law different from bad man style.
Yes. Hold on. You're saying that you're hearing that they said they're not going to get replaced you?
They're not relocating anyone, no.
If no man, if you hear that it's a rumor, that's careless rumor now. If the road is going to said
even before he came off, the agreement is they're going to give us what our land value, or if we're squatting,
yes, land and house.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Ingram, you know what is most...
I'm not going to talk about me. Hold on. I'm not going to talk about me that probably have a little piece of land. What about the others?
No.
Don't have any land.
You have to understand. Government has 2 years of government have 2 years of relocation and compensation. If you also value 50 million and they can't use the government valuation, government to use a compensation, you also value 50 million is either the largest 50 million in a bank account for you, and you go buy a house on the open market. Or
Dino.
Hold on, Excellence. I was making a point because...
Hold on. Go ahead, Extreme, go ahead.
Yes, so quickly, and I don't understand when people talk about... I don't know where our country is going because we are no longer our brothers and sisters keeper. Because when you look at the big truck yesterday, going down there after the demolition...
What do you mean? You don't know where our country going? What do you mean by that? Yeah, come back here.
Country,
you're right.
Mr. Ingram,
there's a reason why American American, you know.
There's listening to Isaac a while ago, I started to feel more hopeful that Jamaicans have a place in Jamaica. Because when you look at the joy on the MP's face yesterday to bring those tents and packing bags of foods to bring down there to give these people after the demolition, knowing well that by the court
this is why they were
it is crazy.
Mr. Ingram.
It's crazy, and we have to support Isaac Buchanan in continuing to lobby where human rights is concerned, because we all must be protected. Labour Right and PMP, we all must be protected. Jamaica is ours, and we are supposed to get a piece of it.
We have 14 minutes. We're going to move with Raquel at first. Go ahead, Raquel.
I want to say something.
No, we're coming up, excellent. Go ahead, Raquel. The next lady beside Extreme. Go ahead.
So I was on this lady's platform this morning. I didn't get to catch a lot that she was saying, but I heard a little bit. I heard, well, this land story right now is a lot of confusion because they're saying the man that owned the land back in 19 when he has 21 children. So I don't know if it's true because when she was talking, she was coming with facts. So I don't know if anybody else heard about it, or if
Yeah,
it's just
the previous owner had died leaving 21 children. Yeah.
All right, we're coming up. We're coming up now to Philip. Philip, your point. We're leaving in the next 30 minutes. Philip's your point. Philip not saying anything. Hope.
Well, Mr. Ingram. So
Yes.
the new order now is the new dignity for people is to hit down people's homes and put them on that tent. That's a new style of dignity. I don't know if the Prime Minister will speak on that because he speaks on dignity.
As you mentioned, put them on the tent. Jamaica, want to notice how quick the tent reached at Trelawney?
None of the tent of hurricane, man.
Want to notice how quick the tent them reached at Trelawney now?
Hello?
Go ahead, Extreme.
No, Mr. Ingram, I want you to say it. I love to you and then say hello.
Yeah, man.
Hello?
Yeah, man.
What happened to the people in Westmoreland? Where were those tents?
Yes.
We couldn't afford to give the people that Westmoreland.
Colin, your point, Colin. You have a minute or two, Colin. We're leaving in 10 minutes. Colin, all right, come in Extreme.
Extreme excellence. It's not me.
No,
No, we're coming back to you.
After
Come in
the bigger
next.
chance, I go. Now leave. My Wi-Fi range.
You see, this situation shows how worthless some of these members of parliament are. Because she could have intervened. She could have gotten the government. Sometimes they might have worthless or they don't care. But what it also shows.
Maybe them dunce. Maybe them dunce and don't know either.
She's a lawyer, you know. She's a lawyer.
Oh, thank you.
Tova is a lawyer.
Jesus of mercy.
I don't know about the quality of her practice of the law, but she is a lawyer.
She studied law.
You have 20 seconds. Excellent. Get to it. 20 seconds.
And we have seen where precedent shows where other member of parliament have advocated on behalf of the people and have saved them and have saved their possessions. So why couldn't Tova help the people?
Time.
Some of them don't deserve to go to parliament.
Thank you. Excellent. Give me now your last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I would say it is an unfortunate situation, but government has a role to play, and it's not surprising to me that
One night in the place, man. You Gandino, Richard CD. Get a minute.
Me just want to say this. Just a couple of seconds. It is said that Michael Manley was the one who told people to capture land, but based on what Isaac Buchanan said, the government is the hold of land for the people. That's why Michael Manley, if you go live on land, is which is there. The land lease program that Michael Manley brought in the 70s is to redistribute land to the people that the government hold the land in trust for. So no more can you say you cannot squat on government land. Government land are fear. You can't afford to buy land, government supposed to make that available for you. Because the land is for the people. Not Andrew Olin and the cabinet.
That's what golden promise. Thank you. Arlene, you have a comment, Arlene?
Exactly.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, my lady.
Something was brought up that I'm going to comment on. You know, like somebody said something and you retract it.
Yes.
I think it's Extreme said how quick and you also these tents reach the site.
Yes.
And you know what came to mind?
Sound quick to me.
You know what came to mind? This is the reason why they were holding up the supplies, because they have plans for the supplies, because when these things happen, they run in with them as if they are trying to do something good.
Yeah, man.
Where were she before this happened?
Yeah, man. She care about.
And she knows everything. Why she never intervene and do something? Because look at PJ and PJ how much houses PJ built. Andrew Holness just built a few. So obviously he had no plans for Jamaican people to live somewhere. And then they're carrying on these containers. Containers is for carrying goods. It's not for people to live in, especially Jamaican, who use, I better let them go build bamboo more than live in a container because these
but Arlene, I'm praying to God to help me that me now get end up in one of them container. Them thank me a beg. Me not see me thank God. Continue, Arlene.
No Labour people, you see Labour people you know have no ambition. You know, say we
yes, and them so happy about it.
No blood clot ambition.
No.
Anyway.
Container. And even when this lady, this MP come with those 10, I should have throw it right back on her. Oh, Jamaica gets so like they're going low. Like anybody can just walk on them.
No. Huh? You know, hear what the lady say. Me not play this, but play tomorrow morning, you know. The lady who said the lady should I use her body parts.
Right.
We don't with it, you know.
We don't.
We no people anymore, you know. We no human anymore, you know.
I live in the United States.
Why do you describe that person as a lady who made that comment? Lady is a classy term in Gram.
You have a point, because you have a point.
Anyway,
I live in the United States, and let me say this. You see the black American them will live here, so these things could never happen to them. Because if you touch one, you have to touch all.
Okay.
If you touch one, and these black Americans here, I respect them. Because you see them, no backward couldn't come in and none of them community come and destroy the houses.
Wow.
Not one of them would drive those backhoe.
Yes.
Is a reason I took out the man them, you know. Remember they took out the man them first, no. Maybe the man them took out the man.
Jamaicans will do anything to destroy destroy each other. And
that's
to
why
see
they
people
took out the man them and put them in prison. But you hear it first. You hear it for the first time. Come here, man them first time. We hear it for the first time here. Isaac is going down there. You hear it for the first time here.
Anyway, the thing about with this situation, it shows that this government don't really care about people.
No.
Them don't have no humanity in them. And it starts from the Prime Minister on down.
Yes.
They're not the type of people that have any empathy. The Prime Minister remind me of Elon Musk, where his emotion is lacking. He have some form of autism where he doesn't show any form of empathy or humanity.
He's old.
Yeah, man. Him extra. I mean,
and he did not win the election.
And so when you look at and see the way how they have been treating the people and for labor rights who used to laugh at the people them over in Berners Lodge. Remember, you know, it always knock at my door first and then yours last. And now that we see it is knocking on your door now. And Walla who used to run around and say PNP love free land and PNP grab free land and PNP love squatters this and don't live in a squatters land. Remember when Andrew Holness said him no grudge on the phone of squatters land. Him not talk about one too. You see? So you know the saying goes, first they come for me and nobody scream. When they come for you, there's nobody at all there.
Yes.
Scream.
Do you guys look at the incident in Albania? Every single Albania citizens came out and defend their land.
Okay.
And look at Jamaican. When something happened to one, the others they rejoice and pick up and make excuses. This is not a PNP or JLP issue. This is a citizens. We are Jamaican citizens. And then we so watered down that people used to respect Jamaican. And we seem so watered down now. It's a shame.
We have to leave now. I want to thank you all thank you, Arlene.
Thank you very
for being
much
here this morning. Miguel,
Yeah,
you have 2 seconds.
Yeah, man. I just want to say one thing, my brother.